It is game 25 of the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by our good friends over at Zappos. The good folks of Charleston, West Virginia, fired up for the second of 3 games on this tour between the Savannah Bananas and the Charleston Dirty Birds of the Atlantic League. You saw the kids going buck wild early on, and you get to see some more of them here. It's been a rowdy bunch, another full capacity crowd, just like the first 24 games of this tour. And Gomart Ballpark is absolutely buzzing with energy. The Bananas 4-2 victors last night over the Dirty Birds, and you can see the cast and crew parading down the right field line. And now Jesse Cole introducing his people. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. Pico Scala, the broadcast entertainer for the Savannah Bananas. So happy to have you watching on YouTube as we are just a few moments away from the 25th game out of 87 here on the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, but only the 3rd challenger game against our 2nd challenger. And the Charleston Dirty Birds, a star-studded squad, unbelievable talent in that first base dugout. They fell to the Bananas 4-2 last night. Some of it was, the Dirty Birds playing their first Banana Ball game of all time. The sprint defense was not pristine. The Bananas got 2 4-base sprints. There had only been 1 across the first 23 games of the tour before that. But the Bananas also played excellent baseball. They had 3 home runs. First from Dakota McFadden to walk off the 2nd inning. DR Meadows, the very next Banana to hit, which was now in the bottom of the 3rd. He tied the inning with a solo shot, and Jackson Olsen had a 2-run walk-off later in the night. Okay, let's go through all of that right now. Let's take a gander at the highlights from last night's Bananas victory. Now, what are your thoughts here in your first game? And here is the aforementioned Dakota McFadden at the dish.
Oh, it is.
And with Mikey York on the bump, first pitch of the bottom of the 2nd inning. Well, we had Bobby Bradley mic'd up over on first base. Yeah, that is out to the land of good and plenty. D-Mac McFadden, as powerful as they come. His 3rd homer of the tour, his 6th walk-off, and there he is in the booth talking about it afterwards. He said it was probably the greatest swing of his life thus far, and that is saying a lot as a guy who has competed in the Power Showcase in college twice and is now in his 3rd tour. On to the 3rd inning we go. Kyle Lewigs bumping it on the mound. He gets a fastball by Zachary Bridges, and here's the DR Meadows solo shot in the bottom of the 3rd inning on a payoff pitch. His 2nd homer in as many games after never leaving the yard in his first 48 contests as a Banana. Eric Jones doing the worm up to the plate, and Jackson Olsen, bottom 6th. Well, the 6th inning is over, friends. Another colossal blast by the grade 8. And then we had Danny Hosley at 2nd base. Picks up his first 2 trick plays of the tour in back-to-back innings. And then, of course, as the Shohei Ohtani of Banana Land does, comes into the 9th, strikes out the side. Nanners win 4-2. We'll see what happens when these 2 teams do battle tonight. Here comes the young professor to the mound to get us all fired up for the ball game.
Gentlemen, boys and girls, and potassium enthusiasts from around the world, tonight, you and thousands of your friends here live, thousands more watching at home on YouTube, have gathered here to witness something beyond your wildest imagination. From Montana to Savannah, from the Isle of Man to Tokyo, Japan, the Banana Maniacs come from across the globe to witness this. This is not baseball. This is the crucible where the fastest, hungriest, and most entertaining players are forged. This is a game of the fans, by the fans, and for the fans. But this is not your granddad's pastime. This is not just another night at the ballpark. This game is baseball by birth, fruit by name, and an absolute worldwide sensation by the grace of God. This is the time for all 5,000 people here in West Virginia to get on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the greatest show in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Banana Ball!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the starting lineup for your Savannah Bananas. At first base, number 19, Dan Oberst. At catcher, number 3, Eric Jones. In left field, number 7, Michael Vitamin D. At DH, number 24, Dakota D. Mac McFadden. In center field, number 5, DR the Doc Meadows. At shortstop, number 6, Ryan Cox. At third base, he's our greatest showman, number 8, Jackson Olsen. At second base, number 18, Danny Hosley. In right field, number 9, Noah Bridges. And the extra hitter, number 10, Alex Ziggy Ziegler. On the mound for your Bananas, Mr. Electric, Christian Dearman. Your Bananas are managed by Tyler Gillum and Adam Byron. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and remove your hats. Here to honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem, please welcome former Broadway performer Finn O'Hara.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Finn O'Hara.
It is game 25 of the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by Zappos. The Savannah Bananas journeying 8.5 hours northwest to take on the Charleston Dirty Birds of the Atlantic League. The Bananas 4-2 winners last night. But this Dirty Birds roster is bursting with talent. And with one Banana Ball game in their back pockets, will look to avenge the series opening L. Game 3 will be on July 17th down in Savannah. This is our second and final Banana Ball game in West Virginia here in 2023. Later on tonight, we'll have both Bridges brothers mic'd up, as well as Dwight Smith Jr. for the Dirty Birds. Really impressive former Major League ball player. We'll have Cowboy Kyle up in the booth. as well as a handful of Dirty Birds and another party animal representative. Remember to run through the rules of Banana Ball real quick for you. There's a 2-hour time limit. We won't start another inning if that runs out. If you win an inning, you get a point. That is our main scoring system. And on walks, all 7 defenders behind the pitcher and catcher have to touch the ball before it's live. There's 6 other rules. We'll get to them when we need to. Here's Christian Dearman on the bump, averaging just 2 seconds above 4 minutes per inning. Which is good for 9th overall out of 21 qualified pitchers. Mr. Electric in his 5th year as Banana, 3 collegiately, now his 2nd straight tour, and you take a look at the Dirty Birds starting lineup opposing him. Here's Jesse Cole.
I'll need everyone here to say start the clock. 1, 2, 3. Showtime.
Well, you saw the lineup. Jose Bermudez, Daniel Brito, and Dwight Smith Jr. due to swing it. Montrell Marshall hitting cleanup. Terry Fuller behind him. Mitch Gelfie hitting 6th. Zachary Bridges, Marshall Rich, and Luis Attilis rounding out the lineup. And joining me on the broadcast as Dearman 2 pitches already into the ballgame, Mr. Cowboy Kyle Lewigs, as this one bounced to the left side. Jackson Olsen takes too much time. And Kyle, you learned yesterday in the first batter of the game that Jose Bermudez has blazing speed.
Yeah, he can definitely run, and you know, I'm getting a little hungry for trick plays, so probably tried to pull one out whenever I shouldn't have. But you know, you live and you learn. It's easy to be a Monday quarterback, is what they say.
It is. They do say that. Some people say Monday morning quarterback.
Monday morning,
yeah,
specifically.
But Monday in particular, that's all you really need to know. That ball driven out to left center, and it's 1 hop over the wall for a ground rule double. So Daniel Brito, in only his 2nd professional game since he collapsed on the field in Rochester July 30th of 2021, ended up in a coma for the better part of the next 2 months. It was a seizure and internal bleeding. And I talked to Daniel before the ball game. He said yesterday there was a plethora of times throughout the night that in the dugout he was holding back tears with just how happy he is to be back on the diamond, back playing the game he loves professionally. He was up to AAA with the Phillies, playing for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs when tragedy struck him, but thanks to some terrific folks in the field of medicine and a lot of hard work from Brito, he is back and better than ever. Now Dwight Smith Jr. peppering the left field wall. Bermudez and Brito both score, and our man who's going to be on the mic a little later on tonight has a 2-run double.
Yeah, I was watching the broadcast back last night. I actually heard you talking about that during my first at bat with him, and I actually had no idea that was the case. And I took some time during BP to chat with him a little bit, and it was just very eye-opening, to say the least, the way that he goes about his business after going through all that stuff.
It's really incredible. I mean, he had to relearn the basics of life as far as just walking, like general motor skills.
Yeah.
And boy, is he a tough out. As you saw right there, a double and a run scored already for Brito. Now the 6'5" third baseman, Montrell Marshall, 0 for 3 with the ball four sprint last night. He made the wise decision to stay at first base.
Yes.
Unlike 2 of his teammates that were cut down at second, Brito being one of them, and that's a heater thrown by the former Cincinnati Reds product. And a good battle back for Dearman after the first 3 guys with the infield single and then back-to-back 2-baggers. Now Terry Fuller, the right fielder. Fifth-round draft pick back in 2017 by the St. Louis Cardinals. 0 for 4 with 3 Ks last night. Although, as the man on the mound, not the guy who threw the pitch, because Dan Oberst threw the pitch, I would wager you said the first called strikeout on Terry Fuller was probably a little below the zone.
I mean, it was definitely a little Danny Hosley between legs. I mean, the more that he's playing second base, the more that I'm liking it, and the easier he's making it look. I would say it's definitely very generous, and I would say that Vincent in the generous department isn't very often. So, if anything, I would say it was overdue.
He's tightened up his zone as of late.
And I actually had a question on that. Who does the strikeout go to? Does Dan have a strikeout on tour?
Oh, no, it definitely, I think it goes to you because you threw all the pitches in the at-bat before that.
Okay.
You
It
hold.
would be kind of cool if Dan has a strikeout just throwing one pitch, so at the same time.
It would be fun, but
Man, that's my roommate, you know.
yeah, but you're battling Garrett Delano in the strikeout race. Are you sure you want to give one up?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if you're going to insist, I'll take it.
Listen, I'm going to make sure you do. 2-2 coming here to Mitch Gelfie, and he goes down swinging. As Vincent Chapman with a little gritty and a punch out. Couple Ks for Dearman, who settles down after the 3 hits to start the inning. But the Dirty Birds with 2 runs right out the gate. And a much different first inning as you take another look at the Dwight Smith Jr. double and then the Daniel Brito double that preceded it. Now welcome into the broadcast booth, Pico Scala alongside last night's starting pitcher, Cowboy Kyle Lewigs. And as talented as this Dirty Birds squad is, must have been nice not to face the party animals.
Very nice. You know, it was like a breath of fresh air, to say the least. They definitely, I mean, they had a lot of lefties, and they've got a lot of, I mean, their lineup's pretty star-studded, I mean, across the board as far as experience goes. And, yeah, it was really good to get the ball rolling. You know, I didn't give up 6 like I did to the Monarchs in the first inning that I constantly get reminded of. So that was good. And it's just, I mean, it's a blast getting to compete against new people in new places.
It's unfortunate. It was the first Challenger game of all time.
It was.
It's very historic. You know?
Yeah. No, I'll always hear about it. About every 3 days, I think.
You get to take a look now at the southpaw on the bump for the Dirty Birds, Danny Warchansky. And the resume was up there for a second. Now you take a look at Dan Oberst. Behind him, Eric Jones Jr. and Michael Deeb rounding out the first 3. Dakota McFadden in the cleanup spot after his second inning, walk-off homer last night. Then D.R. Meadows, Ryan Cox, Jackson Olsen, Danny Hosley, Noah Bridges, and Alex the bat-tricking guru Ziegler rounding out the lineup. And it's been Oberst, Jones, and Deeb that have really locked down those first 3 spots in the order.
Yeah, and a sneakily red-hot D.R. Meadows down in the 5-hole today that's found a sense of power that I don't think he's had any other time in his career. And he can contest it to nobody other than Bob the Minion.
Really?
And I can't expand on that any further.
Yeah,
No
DR
further questions at this time.
DR only had 3 home runs across 117 games at Columbus State.
Yep,
And he had no home runs in his first 46 games as a Banana.
it's true.
1 in each of the last 2.
That's what Bob will do.
Danny Warchansky, 25th round draft pick back in 2019. The Milwaukee Brewers snagged him. Last summer was throwing for the New York Boulders in the Frontier League as Dan Oberst is going to join the doubles party. Pulls up with a stand-up 2-bagger. And just like that, Nanners get to bring the inning-tying run up to the dish.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there from Dan. Very similar to the ball that he hit to lead off the game last night. That center fielder really covered some ground and made a good play in the gap.
Another example of the speed from Jose Bermudez. Dan, the team's leader in batting average and OPS, 395 and 1038 respectively. And Eric Jones Jr. now swings it. The lower third doesn't lie. This is my roommate here in Charleston.
How's that been treating you?
Delightful.
Yeah?
Boy, I mean, just, I got about an hour and a half of stories last night from his time as a bullpen catcher for the Seattle Mariners last summer. And he joined the team towards the end of May. And him being added to the coaching staff, because that's what a bullpen catcher is. He's kind of a bridge between the players and coaches. the Mariners' miraculous season turnaround that was highlighted by an incredible bullpen perfectly aligns with the date that Eric Jones joined the squad.
Can't make that up.
I don't even think there could be an argument made for correlation. And you ask anybody in that staff, causation is certainly in play here. I mean, he's catching Sergio Romo and a handful of other more impressive arms in the year of 2022, although Romo, one of the more impressive careers for relievers, is Dan Oberst with a weird one there as it clings off the backstop and gets back behind Zach Bridges, but Werchanski there to gobble it up.
Yeah, we got some, I mean, Bill threw that guy out last night off the backstop. You know, pretty new ballpark is in terms of field of play with the new turf, and I think the new pads are definitely showing behind the plate because it'll ricochet off there pretty good.
2-2 to EJ, handling the catching duties tonight. And the count runs full.
Could have an opportunity to see if the Dirty Birds have worked on the ball four sprint defense or not since yesterday.
We may find out here. Payoff pitch coming to the former Minnesota Twins and Seattle Mariners product. Yes, EJ was in the Mariners minor league system before joining the coaching staff up in the big show.
What do they say, Biko? 3-2 is always a foul ball.
They do say
time,
that.
Every single time.
They do say that.
Every time.
And that one leaves the premises here at Gomart Ballpark, so no chance for a fan to make a play on it. Remember in banana ball, if a fan catches a foul ball without a bobble on the fly, it's an out. There's a whole lot of space here in Charleston to make it happen. Another 3-2 and a cut and a miss. Werchanski gets him on the heater above the zone, and EJ shaking his head as he goes back to the dugout. There is Rod Blackstone, the toast man, leading the "You Are Toast" chant.
Yeah, I had a couple opportunities to chat with him last night, and then even going into the game today. You know, he's in a little bit of a different environment. I think he's uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's used to being able to be heard whenever he wants to, and now he barely gets heard 1 or 2 sentences a game here.
He's doing his stuff while the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song blares. Dan taking off for third, the throw into left. And Mr. Oberst will cut the inning lead in half in one fell swoop. Picks up his 13th steal in 16 tries. And will score on the E2 from Zachary Bridges. Now Michael Deeb, the former Chicago White Sox minor league product. Was after 2 years at Bethune-Cookman as a baseball player, 4 years at Notre Dame as a football player. And you look at the batting average and on-base percentage, both fantastic. 368 average, second best on the team to Dan Oberst. The 449 on-base percentage, that leads all Bananas. He's in his 3rd Banana Ball World Tour. Not too many guys that date back to the One City World Tour of 2021.
It's true, not even myself.
Because you were still a young collegiate man.
Wee lad.
And didn't have a Coastal Plate League championship yet.
That's correct. Trying to get my education. Trying to do things the honest way, you know?
That's right. Werchanski out of Pace University in New York City. 2-2 to Deeb, cut and a miss. The tight slider towards the top of the zone. Danny throws fastball, low 90s, curveball, slider, and changeup to round out the arsenal. This winter was playing for Indios de Mayaguez in the Puerto Rican Winter League. And actually played for the Puerto Rican team in the Caribbean Series. A lot of Caribbean Series guys on this Dirty Bird squad, although 5 of the international players still working on their visas. A part of 6 players in total who Billy Horn, manager of the Dirty Birds, thinks will be everyday guys for him. So a little bit of a depleted squad here for Charleston. Still incredible talent at every position and on the bump.
Really good lead there. That was a tight breaking ball. It looks like he likes to go to that a lot here early. I mean, his fastball looks good. He's struggling a little bit to end up in the zone, but the breaking ball looks really good early.
D-Mac, the Bananas DH, cuts and misses on the heater there. And the Dirty Birds 1 strike away from taking their first lead in points in this Challenger Series. Cut and a miss. Right back to the heater, same spot, same result. Rachansky gives up the double, the steal, and an unearned run. But he strikes out the side after that. And the Dirty Birds snag a point as you take another look at the Dan Oberst double.
I think that hit off of him. The throwdown.
It's a really high intelligence play there by a 5-year Banana.
To make sure that it hits you on the cleat to go down the first baseline.
Correct. Now we've got a little Pie Your Dad. Tell you what, we're always adding new promotions into the script, the entertainment script, and we run into favorites all the time, but this is a classic.
And it's a staple.
And I feel like we don't see it very often anymore.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely got new ideas going, but when in doubt, you know, an idea funk, crank this bad boy out. And while we've got some pieing going on, I have a couple off-camera shout-outs I would like to give out.
Please.
Too, actually.
Yes.
The first one is to Yvonne Trezak's grandmother and grandfather watching from Florida.
That's what I'm talking about.
That I am delighted to be giving the shout-out from Yvonne himself, who asked if I could do it. And especially to his grandfather, who is a very avid watcher. I heard that you have an alarm clock for when the game starts.
So
and
cool.
that you had an audible scream whenever I made my trick play the other day. So that makes me very, very happy. As well as a shout out to a 2019 Savannah Bananas player, Brett Wisely in the CPL, who just collected his first major league hit.
Playing for the San Francisco Giants.
Yes, last night.
So cool. Third Banana to make it to Major League Baseball. Follows the likes of Bo Solzer and Rylan Bannon. And now, as Zachary Bridges waits to lead off the top of the second inning, looks like Christian Dearman and company are going to line up in center field. Bridges ready to rumble. Stilts out there in the background. The Avengers are assembled. Dearman and all 7 of his fielders behind him race in. The first pitch. Fastball outside. Are they going to spend this whole AB right behind Dearman?
Oh no, it's giving shades of the firing squad.
Luckily for Dearman and company, Zachary Bridges didn't hit it as hard as Reese Hampton did against you at the Jack in Daytona.
Listen here, Beaker, I'm not going to take any of that anymore. You know how much softer this turf is than the turf in Daytona?
It's a very different
For the
service.
people that aren't watching at home, this is brand new turf, and the ball refuses to get to the wall on the ground. Whereas Daytona, it's like one of those people movers in the airport. So I would like to set the record straight on that, but yes.
The people should know. Well, Zachary Bridges gets a hustle double for his troubles after going 0 for 2 with the only 2-base ball 4 sprint for the Dirty Birds last night. I think it helps to have a brother who has played 23 banana ball games this season.
Definitely.
And 6 last summer.
Cut and miss there. I definitely like that. We tried to do that there. Pulled the string from the Avengers in-game movie.
Tapper to short, Ryan Cox between the legs across the diamond. Good base running by Noah's older brother as Bridges goes to third on a ground ball hit to his side of the infield. And now he's 90 feet away from scoring with just 1 down.
You familiar with Avengers in-game?
Yeah, I watched it in theaters. It was awesome.
Good flick.
Really good film. Now this one tapped to third. Jackson Olsen between the legs. And an unsuccessful out from Luis Attilis.
Now let's get a ground ball to Danny here in between the legs to round it out.
That'd be nice, and all 4 infielders would have a trick play. Just an inning and a half into the ball game.
Don't hate that.
Really good to see Jose Bermudez At the top of the order, the switch-hitting center fielder Groovin with Dearman on the mound.
Yeah, definitely getting into it a little bit.
And has
You know
to,
what I do hate?
What's that?
The fact that you forgot to start your MPI clock for this inning.
Yeah, I'm now 0 for the entire tour. Wow! Danny Hosley diving play. Oberst with a good stretch to finish it up. The two combined talents to rob Bermudez of a base knock and a ribeye.
Wasn't quite in between the legs, but it was a good play nonetheless.
Yes, slap a star next to it in your book. Let's throw it to Mr. Josh Talevsky, our statistical savant, to go over why Mr. Hosley was last night's showman of the night.
Dang it.
Thank you very much, Biko. The Bananas won 4-2 against the Dirty Birds last night, and we've got our first 3-time Showman of the Night award winner, and it's Danny Hosley, who is becoming one of the kings of the diamond for the Bananas. Now, when we hop into the game action, we pick up here in the 6th inning. Danny Hosley moved from right field to second base, and with 2 outs in the 6th inning, how about a behind-the-back flip to himself and a trick play out? Danny Hosley's first trick play of the tour for the Bananas. Now, into the 7th, Danny Hosley batting against Williams Jerez. And how about this? Ball 4 issued to Hosley, and he's going to go ahead and round the bases and get a 4-base sprint and an RBI. That was the Bananas' second 4-base sprint of the night. Great banana ball IQ there from Danny Hosley. Now, the 8th inning, Hosley back with the trickery again. Dwight Smith Jr. ground ball to Hosley. And how about turning around and fielding it between the legs and throwing it onto first? 2 trick plays for Danny Hosley. And then he's going to come in to close the game in the 9th inning. And Hosley, strikeout of Marshall Rich, strikeout of Luis Atiles, and then Jose Bermudez. Good night, game over, Bananas win it, and Danny Hosley secures his 3rd Showman Award of the season. Biko, can't wait to see who gets the Showman Award tonight, and I'll throw it back to you.
Thank you so much, Josh. An incredible report from our Bananalytics headquarters in Athens. Now Biko Scala, still joined by Kyle Lewigs in the booth. You have a message for our Bananalytics statistical savant?
You know, Josh, I can't be mad that you didn't pick me to be the showman of the night. I will continue in hopes to win it just one time on this tour. I'd be more than happy. I'm always happy to lose to Danny Hosley. I mean, he's the best player in the world.
Oh boy, DR Meadows steps out of the box in an attempt to steal first base, and Zachary Bridges guns him down.
Tough one there.
Tough
yeah.
one.
Can't be too upset losing to Danny, but you know, I've got a birthday coming up Tuesday of next week, so I'm hoping that, you know, maybe my start on Friday will warrant some birthday juju and give me showman of the night.
Yeah, your birthday just one day after my mom's birthday.
How about them apples?
Good people born around the end of April. It's my fiance's birthday yesterday. The 20s in the Aprils, things get wild. Speaking of wild, Ryan Cox walks up to the dish with the assistance of his entire squad, sans Kyle Lewigs, all moving it and grooving it in unison.
Yeah, that was good. And also, happy late belated birthday, Lauren.
Oh, that's very kind
I did
of
not tell you the other day, and it is no measure of the affection that I have towards you. I think you're an incredible human being. I just simply forgot.
Well, you saved it for today because Lauren got so many birthday wishes yesterday. You wanted it to be a little more special. Montrell Marshall almost makes a special play over at third base, but Coxie digging it down the line, and the Bananas shortstop represents the inning-winning run, and with one down, he will be pinch run for by Malachi Mitchell. Flash the kid as you get another look at Ryan beating that one out. Although Mitch Gelfie didn't field it cleanly anyhow. It's a classic Ryan Cox play right there. Bat on ball, good things will happen. Malachi leading the tour with 22 steals and 24 attempts. Takes off on the first pitch. Bridges throw, not in time. Luis Atiles tries to deke flash the kid, but he cannot be discombobulated.
I got to tell you, Biko, I mean, we've played at a bunch of new places so far on this tour, but I can't recall an atmosphere in a Bananas game that I've played in a long time that matches that of the energy of Charleston, West Virginia. I mean, this place is rocking.
Well, it's really cool to hear because, you know, I chatted with Jake Skoll before the game, who played here for the first time 12 years ago in the minors, and then was here last summer playing against the Dirty Birds when he was with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. And yeah, he said it was a magical experience seeing this place full capacity, rocking and rolling. But you're a guy who, across the last year, has seen all of these amazing environments, and it's cool to hear that this stands atop them all as far as energy.
Definitely measures up. Last night, I was walking back to the locker room cross-eyed because I signed so many autographs in the plaza, and I kind of forgot how to breathe for a minute.
Hot shot through the left side of the infield. Malachi gets a late stop sign from Tyler Gillum. Good idea. Dwight Smith Jr. came up firing from left, and it'll be men at the corners with one down. Our resident greatest showman, Jackson Olsen, heating up. Monster ding-dong last night, and now all of Gomart Ballpark YMCAing as Danny Hosley, the showman of the night, as you just saw, comes up to the dish.
Yeah, Jackson a little bit more right on that homer would have taken out everybody's favorite food truck, them two brothers, and a kitchen, who I'm dying to go up there and try. I think I'm going to try it. I don't have a whole lot of responsibilities during the game tonight. Would you like me to bring you anything if I venture out there?
Yes, please, actually. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I got you.
Corners are in for the Dirty Birds. Tillis and Brito up the middle. That double play depth.
I think what I would also really like to see is off-camera the left field apartments that have the rooftop up there.
Yes.
I'd like to watch a game from up there. I might go out there, see if I can get up to the top.
Nasty changeup from Warchansky.
There it is. There's the rooftop.
Oh
Good
gosh.
camera work.
These people are incredible. 0-2 to the Shohei Ohtani of Banana Land. Chopped back up the middle. Warchansky has to come home. The tag in time. Athletic play from the Dirty Bird southpaw. Malachi going on contact. It was bang-bang at home. And now the inning-winning run. Still in scoring position, but at second base.
I think they're taking a picture, Biko. I don't think they're pointing at you.
The Bridges brothers were pointing in Kyle and my general direction, but I also agree that there was a camera. There's a camera somewhere out there, I guess.
Think somebody's going to get this?
No. And nobody knows, but Kyle and I are posing for a picture. Just to fill everybody in on what's happening in the booth off camera.
Good pitch.
This is only the second game in the Bridges brothers' lives is the correct grammatical.
It's whatever you want it to be, Biko.
It's the correct tense of life there. That they have played against each other in a team sport. The first time was yesterday.
Life comes at you fast, you know.
It's got to be cool for all the folks back in Four Oaks, North Carolina. Seeing Noah in the left-handed batter's box and Zachary behind the dish catching. Danny Warchansky trying to get out of the second inning unscathed.
He's behind 3-0.
And this is where banana ball is a hitter's sport. Ball 4, the Bananas will walk the inning off instead of just loading the bases. All 7 fielders have to touch the ball before it is live on a ball 4 sprint. 3-0 offering. Heater gets the outside corner.
Noah taking the whole way. Although I don't hate him, you know, letting loose here on a fastball.
He's got the pop. 2 homers on the tour thus far. And that is ball 4. Warchansky barking at Vincent behind the dish. It won't matter. Jackson Olsen grittying onto home plate. And the Bananas walk off the second inning. They tie the game at a point apiece.
feel your pain, my brother.
Dan Oberst getting high fives all the way down the line. The rest of the teammates into the stands. And it is dance time here in the capital of West Virginia. Maceo Harrison boogieing with Vinny DeRubius, Malachi Mitchell, Alex Ziegler, and DJ the Invader, Christian Dearman at the center of it all. We'll be back with Kyle Lewis in the booth after this boogie. Tremendous job from Maceo, Vinny, Flash the Kid, Ziggy, DJ, and Dearman at the center of it all. We head to the third inning. Dirty Birds won the first 2-1. Bananas won the second 1-0. Then it's going to be 2, 3, and 4 in Charleston's lineup. Rito Smith Jr. and Marshall due to swing it. Daniel a double and a run scored back in the first inning. And fouls that one off of Eric Jones behind the plate. Now, I have to warn everybody watching, you've been used to, on Kyle's off days, him getting to hang out in the booth for 6, 7 innings. But the bosses have spoken, and they want guests, quote-unquote guests, to be limited to about 2 innings in the booth so that they can kind of mix it up. Kyle, how does it feel to be censored by the higher-ups?
You know, at the end of the day, you got to do what the great Reginald Horton says and control what you can control.
Yeah.
I will continue to be aggressive through it all and through this long new path and journey that I will be venturing on. I can't tell you that I'm excited about it, but I'm excited for the opportunity to make impacts on the field and with the fans while I'm not in the booth. And I'll just make my 2 innings whenever I'm up here as a guest.
Yes.
Very memorable and unforgettable.
Couldn't have said it any better myself, Kyle. Now Dearman brings in Hosley, Cox, and Meadows for a low group dance. I like this. Oh my gosh, the elbows getting a workout here. And the pitch. Peter gets the low outside corner to Dwight Smith Jr.
I thought he was about to call that a ball. Good boogie there. A lot of dance moves. I love how I think we're all starting to find our roles as, you know, what dances I can do well. I mean, I consider myself a good dancer, but
I do too. Dwight Smith Jr.
Certain dances that Dearman is better at.
Wow! What a laser beam from Noah Bridges in right. Guns down Brito, trying to go one bag up. And it is a 9-6 fielder's choice. It's a tough, yeah, look at the replay.
Yeah.
Randy Voss, base umpire was right. It's a sad way to not get a hit.
Yeah, it's tough.
For Mr. Dwight Smith.
Oh, I didn't even think about that being a fielder's choice.
By the way, that was only the second error on the tour for Danny Hosley. Been playing left, right, and second base mostly. A little third base as well. That ball stroked down the left field line by Montrell Marshall. Smith will hold up at third as Montrell cruises into second with a one-out double.
Good piece of hitting there. And first guy that I've seen in a long time on a baseball field that's as tall as my catcher up in North Georgia, Andres Perez, who is 6'7". But you just don't see him anymore, you know, that are that tall. But at least I don't. Firsthand playing either with them or against them.
Jared Beck in 2021.
That is correct. That is very, very true.
Every bit of 7 feet.
Thank you for holding me accountable.
That's what we're all here for, you know?
Thank you.
By the way, Kyle, I wanted to ask you, you just saw that 3-2-2 dance. Does that affect the rest of your inning? Like, are you gassed after that? As this ball is a mile high to center. DR, a couple steps back. Backflips to make the catch. And we'll throw it in towards third where Harrell dives in. Marshall, rather, dives in safely. Smith Jr. scores, so it's a sac fly for Terry Fuller, who had grounded out his first time.
I don't hate that. I don't think he had a shot at the guy running home.
No.
May have had a chance, but you know, we can get out of it with only one run. That's not terrible. I am usually not too exhausted. That kind of goes back to what we were talking about is I have certain dances that I'm better at doing, and Dearman has, you know, some of the more sorority TikTok kind of trend dances that he is very good at.
Right.
It's a lot of fast movements. I can do a couple. You know, I can really tell a story with my moves, is what I've been told once or twice.
It's interpretive dances.
That is correct.
Mitch Kelpie bounces that one back up the middle. Montrell Marshall scores. And for the second time tonight, a 2-run inning for the Dirty Birds.
But I wouldn't say exhausted or tired for the rest of the inning. I would say more than anything, you know, free, loose, and free, easy flowing, knowing that I didn't mess up a dance.
We've got, goodness gravy, we have Zachary Bridges mic'd up in the box. How you living, Big Tiger?
I'm living good. It kind of fell out when I swung right there, but I hear you a little bit.
Okay, terrific. Good blinks. What are you looking for against Dearman?
If I was allowed to call time, I would, but I can't hear you right yet. Daggone, I brought 2 daggone bats in this daggone game.
Zachary. Goodness gravy, it sounds loud down there.
Stuff came undone.
Yes, Shark.
Thank you.
We're going to try.
Listen, we'll let you get the gear on. We'll talk to you in a second. That was the loudest sound I've ever heard in my ears in my entire life.
That is, I don't think I've heard dadgum once in my life, and we just heard it 3 times in one sentence.
All within running just 90 feet to first base.
That was incredible. Dadgum, dadgum, dadgum.
It's really good stuff right there.
I think I want some chicken fingers, Pico.
Ooh.
I saw a chicken finger basket. Oh, there's one right there. Look at how good those tenders look.
They look terrific.
Oh. I think if I walked up there, they would just give me one. I don't have any cash.
Possibly with the full uniform and everything.
Maybe.
That could happen.
Is that a bad?
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Might do it.
You know, maybe sign a couple autographs. It's like they say in Rockstar by Nickelback. Sign a couple autographs so that I can eat my meals for free.
Nice callback there. That's good stuff.
Came to me in the moment.
Speaking of that, I don't think I've played Hurdle today.
Ooh. Who knows what song they're leaving there for you?
Please, no spoilers in the chat if anybody watching this has played Hurdle. Oh, the shoulder press. I don't know why he had to take his shirt off, but he's really pressing that boy.
This is the Strong Daddy Contest. Brand new promotion.
Yeah, I liked it. It's good.
It was not at all what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a version of the Soccer Mom race.
Yeah, I could see that.
And this is completely unique to it. Okay, so let's blow out our eardrums once again and check in with Zachary Bridges behind the plate. Yo, how you doing, big dog?
Dude, I'm hanging in there.
Good, terrific.
Oh yeah, good throw. on the money.
Zachary, this is the first time you've ever played against your brother Noah Bridges in any kind of sport. How has this experience been for you?
It's just, you know, it's insane. I really don't have the words for it. I guess we've never played baseball against each other still. This is banana ball, so.
Very good.
Good point there. Alex Ziegler, our bat tricking specialist, up to the dish. 0 for 7 on the tour with a couple strikeouts. But went 3 for 9 last year.
I feel like I'm watching on YouTube because I've been watching every daggone one I can.
We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Frame there. Kyle, here, Zach,
that.
I got a quick question for you.
Yeah, here it is. What's up?
How many times a day do you think you say daggum?
I don't know why. A lot right now. Oh, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Because I was just going to say, I've only probably heard it 3 or 4 times in my life, and we got to hear it 3 times on your trip down to first base. I thought that was pretty special.
You know, I've broken 2 bats. And, you know, my timing's not there yet. It's been a while.
Oh, yeah. That's a good frame, man.
You know, Biko, I don't like to say frame. I like to say I received that ball well.
Receive.
Well, you
nice
received that
reception.
ball tremendously.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
4th K for Danny Werchansky, and now Dan Oberst at the top of the lineup.
Danny versus Dan.
That's a fact. Oberst a double his first time.
Tell Dan I'll give him a honey bun if he gets on base here.
Hey, Dan, you get a honey bun if you get on base, Kyle said.
He's locked in, tapped in.
I gotta keep the big man motivated.
I'm trying to remember the pitches I call. Let's go. One, sir. One more. Thank you. You forget back here sometimes, it's weird.
Oh yeah, especially when you're talking on the broadcast.
Right, and it's only through 1 ear.
Oh, good reception there.
I appreciate that. Maybe if he wasn't so tall, I almost said daggone, but I didn't do it for you.
Don't be self-conscious. Let it loose whenever you feel need.
Yes, sir. Let's see if I can do it right here. Oh, textbook.
Now, is this your first time catching the man on the mound in a game here, Zach?
Yes, sir, it is. I've only been here since Sunday, so just going with the flow, having a good time. I'm glad the batter's eye is not too bad.
Well, inside corner.
Caught it well.
Payoff pitch coming to Dan, that's a fact.
Only spitting facts down there, Biko. There goes Maceo.
He came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh, damn.
Another good receiving job by you. Now,
yeah, thank you.
All 7 of your teammates have to touch this ball before it's live, and that was good sprint defense.
We've gotten better.
Was
gotten better.
Was there any discussion about that between games?
I don't lie, Biko. No, there was not. Pretty much, guys just run into second, please.
Just let athletes be athletes.
I know I threw it to the wrong guy, but I always get worried that they're not ready. So, you know me, I know the rules, but these pro guys just don't play baseball.
Throwing it to third base is the OG way to defend a sprint.
Right.
Before Bananalytics got involved in Banana Ball. Now Eric Jones.
Hips got stuck right there. That was weird.
Strikeout victim his first time.
See if we can do it again. I think that'd be good for the boys, for the Dirty Birds right now. Check again. Oh, yeah, that's that. We'll start to figure them out a little bit. Oh, dang it.
Well, you never had a chance there.
I tried.
You just take a baseball bat to the helmet?
No, I did not. If I did, I didn't know.
I think you're all good in that department. Yeah, I mean, Dan had a heck of a jump there.
Yeah, he did. He knows I'm throwing a change up there. Cheating on me. That's okay. We ain't worked on that stuff yet. My glasses are fogging up a little.
Now, do you always play in your readers?
Yeah, I got to right now. My gamers just got back from the optometrist. That's what they're called? Yeah.
Yes.
I had to order them before I came here, unfortunately. So if I make this team, my parents will send them to me. If not, I'll go home and get them. And on to the next.
Well, we're all rooting for you, and I think you have an excellent chance of making this Dirty Bird squad.
Oh, good pitch. I appreciate that.
Was chatting with Billy Horn, your manager. They're in love with you here.
Oh, that's awesome. He's the man. It's not like college ball at all. It's really laid back here. I'm not even a pro yet, and they treat me like one. It's a good time. See what I got here for you.
2-2 to EJ.
Oh, got it. Let's go.
Was that a slider or the
That
curveball?
was a changeup. You're close. You're close.
Door 3.
Hey, got two. Got two. You guys hear me okay? Hey,
Oh, terrific.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome. So, rumor has it, we're transferring over my brother after this one. He's going to talk to you all a little bit.
Yes.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Do you have a message for him?
Be less tan, so I don't look as bad.
That's fair. He's got the country in a chokehold currently.
You know, he's got the advantage of being allowed to take his shirt off at practice every day.
It's very true.
So there's always that.
And we've got some pretty warm weather right now down in Savannah, so.
Oh yeah, it's nice. It's pretty cool up here though. I like it so far.
Deep struck out his first time.
Do it again, do it again. Ooh. That was moving a lot, wasn't it? That was out, you had that out, right? Yeah. I tried to make it look good, but there's no point. Sorry, fellas, I like to talk back here.
Oh, no. You be you. Now, would you have been saying dang gummit going down the line if you didn't have a mic on you?
Oh, 100%.
Dadgum, Pico. There's a good pitch.
It's incredibly wholesome of you.
Yeah. I used to say sugar biscuits, shoot, all sorts of good ones.
You and your brother don't share that comment in the slightest.
Right? I've had my fair share of some words my mom don't like, but.
Wild pitch from Borchansky.
Sorry, I lost you guys a little bit there.
No, that's okay. You still have a run to play with,
Yeah.
though, in the inning.
That's good.
That's the funny thing about banana ball. Your situation really doesn't change.
Yeah. Was that a wild pitch, or was I late to the block party on that one?
Pico is the scoring professional. I'll leave it to him.
Yeah, I said wild pitch.
Appreciate that. Hey, stay there.
Fister, where Chansky makes the play.
Wait, we tied. No, we won that one. All right, cool.
Zachary, thanks so much for chatting with us,
Hey,
man.
no problem. Which window are you in?
Right here.
Hey!
There we are.
Good job, dude. Good job. All right, guys, thank you so much.
Have fun rest of the way, man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Alrighty, Pico. Our time has quickly ran out.
It happened so fast up here.
I mean, time flies when you're having fun, the people say. And, you know, I wish we could do this more often, but we've got a couple more games left on the tour. And I'm looking forward to doing it in the future. Maybe we'll figure out the mic'd up situation and I can talk to you coherently while I'm pitching and not absolutely suck. But I'm gonna go down there and see if I can get some food, maybe climb that rock wall.
Listen, have fun. The world is your oyster. Even hit the zip line.
I might
Good luck,
just
Wild.
for you. I'll let you know. I'll text you if I get up on that rooftop up there.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Cowboy Kyle Lewigs exiting stage left. And, yeah, come right in. Look at that. Stepping up to the plate, Mr. Eddie Butler. And, yeah, it's going to be tough to get it over the old coal mining helmet. But I appreciate you coming up here in style. Eddie, how you living, Big Tiger?
Living good. Enjoying it.
That's awesome, man. Okay, so welcome to the booth. Eddie just pitched recently, so not getting in these two games here in the Challenger Series. But after a game and a little less than a third, what are your thoughts on Banana Ball?
Oh, I love it. It's fun, fast-paced. It's put us at a disadvantage, and it's really showed, especially with the walks.
Yes. Well, listen, there's.
I guess not the walks. The ball four sprints.
Oh yeah, you're ready to rumble.
Can't call it the walks anymore.
No, these bananas have spent dozens of hours practicing the defense to that.
Oh, it shows.
Yeah, they figured it out. But that was good sprint defense from you guys there, the last half inning.
Yeah, the guys are starting to pick it up. We kind of talked to them a little bit and say, hey, we gotta start moving in towards second base here. We watched y'all. Oh gosh, here we go. See if we can get two.
All right, sprint defense from the Bananas.
Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, man, might have had him if he didn't drop that ball there.
So Marshall Rich, the DH, is gonna pick up 2 bases on the sprint. The only guy who had done it before him was Zachary Bridges, who just stopped off the mic.
Yeah, I got to see how this goes down in the book, you know?
Yeah, man. So it's B4S.
Okay.
And I've got a special banana ball scorebook here, so I just got to circle it. I'm going to slap a little 2 next to it.
Yeah.
Now to Luis Attilas, the shortstop in the 9-hole, who bounced out to 3rd his first time.
Ah, pulled it just a little bit there. Put himself in the hole now.
Christian Dearman, who goes by Mr. Electric around these parts. Scoreless second inning, but 2 runs in the first and 2 runs in the third. In both those innings for your Dirty Birds, 2-1 wins. So you lead the game in the all-important points category by the same score.
Ooh, close play there at second base.
Hosley going over for the pickoff. So, Eddie, if this thing turns into a league, which there's many talks about that within the next few years, as we get back-to-back sprints now to start the inning. Rich is going to score easily from second. Attilas is going to be satisfied with just 1 base. And a 1-run lead now here in the 4th as your lineup turns on its head. Can we pencil you onto a roster?
You know, it's really opening up my eyes here. And,
all right.
You know, I don't know, we've been hanging out with the party animals. Seems like it might be a good fit for me. You know, I may not be into all the choreography and stuff, but I'm here for all the fun, here for all the action.
Well, listen, nobody, I mean, when I say nobody, maybe 1% of guys coming into Banana Ball are here for the choreography. You just kind of get used to it and figure it out as you go.
Oh, yeah. No, but it's definitely exciting. Like I said, I love watching it, and been following on Instagram for about a year now, I guess, and you know, it's exploded, and it's awesome.
It's really cool to hear. We've got Jose Bermudez in the box, the switch-hitting center fielder. 1 for 2, a single and a ground out as Attilas takes off. Swinging bunt, Bermudez runs like the wind, and Dearman wastes no time firing it over to first. For the first out here in the top of the 4th. Now Daniel Brito. 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. We'll swing away. How cool is it seeing Daniel get to play here professionally for the first time since his collapse back in July of 2021?
Yeah, I mean, that's just remarkable. You know, he's out here playing and competing, and, you know, we're excited to have him out here.
And the swing on most pitches has looked great.
Yeah, he got fooled there a little bit, though.
That's a fact. That's why I didn't say all pitches, as Dearman gets him on the bender. And that is strikeout number 3 for Mr. Electric. Brito now 2 for 5 across both nights. And Dwight Smith Jr. 2-run double in the first. Looked like he had a single an inning ago, and then Brito was cut down 9-6 going to second base. Don't see that every day at the ballpark.
Yeah, you know, that was a tough little read there. Top spin ball over second baseman, you know, and right fielder made a great play and was heads up and, you know, threw a strike to second there to cut him off.
1-2 count on the Dirty Birds left fielder. And another K for Dearman. Limits the damage to just 1 run, and now
we're taking naps on the field. Love that. Need that in my life.
It's good to get some rest during the ball game, you know? This thing is go, go, go. And although you weren't a part of it on the field, I'm sure you got a good taste of the speed of Banana Ball from the dugout yesterday.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like I said, you know, it put us at a real disadvantage at least the first 3, 4, maybe even 5 innings. And, you know, it showed real quick. Y'all jumped out on us. And, you know, I think we picked it up today. Our pace is a little better. And, you know, I would like to see some of our pitchers maybe throw in a few quick pitches of their own.
It'll be interesting to see if that happens as we, hey, baby, here in a full capacity Gomart ballpark. 2 biggest crowds in the stadium's history dating back to its creation back in 2020, check that, 2005. Eddie's hey babying in the booth.
Oh, it got to.
You're in on it. When I talked to you about coming up to hop on the broadcast tonight, you seemed incredibly disappointed here, well, hey baby for the camera, that you would be missing this celebration. You're in on the hey baby. Good. Chad Reese, our coordinating producer, hops in as well. Oh, yeah. Good form. Rope to the left first on your waves. Yeah, can't really 360 or else we wrap ourselves up in cords. Good work, Mr. Butler. Yep.
Yeah, definitely tough to
broadcast and Hey Baby at the same time.
Yeah, you know, you got the cord here and wrap you up real quick.
Trust me, I've been there. I've learned from experience. Now, time to get into the tough questions, man. Jake Skoll told me, and you can confirm or deny it, that he had 4 of his 23 home runs against you last summer. Do you remember that being true?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I felt like it was a good fight between us all year.
Yes.
You know, I think I got him pretty good early on, but then he figured it out, and you know, he started making some good adjustments, and I didn't adjust as quickly, and I think he definitely clipped me a few times. I don't remember them all, but there were a couple that I do because they were towering shots.
Well, he's tied for the tour lead with 5 homers thus far. That's with Eric Jones, the Bananas 2-hole hitter. What was it like, you know, facing him multiple times over the year and you know, trying to stay one step ahead of Jake Skoll?
I mean, it's tough. Like I said, you know, he's a good hitter. He's been around a long time. You know, played in the upper leagues there throughout, and he's smart. He's really, really smart. Makes adjustments on the fly, and you know, he's trying to think with you while you're going. So it makes it tough when you see him multiple times a year. I mean, I think we faced him probably 8 times last year. So I mean, it was tough.
Troy Bacon, the new man on the mound, and front door bender misses to Dakota McFadden. 4, 5, and 6 for the Bananas. They need 1 run to tie the inning. 2 runs to win it. D-Mac a strikeout his first time. Meadows and Cox due to swing it as well. I mean, that's the amazing thing about baseball, though, right? Is Skoll is the 15th overall draft pick in 2010 and gets up to Double-A throughout his 7 years in minor league ball. And you were a 35th round pick, and you end up spending a good amount of a handful of seasons up in the majors.
Yeah, you know, everybody looks at Tom Brady. You know, they talk about how low he was drafted. I mean, the same thing happens in baseball, where you know, some guys may not have the big projectability, but they have the it factor. And, you know, unfortunately, sometimes on the other end where guys are projected to do a lot and just for whatever reason can't figure it out, you know, not the right time, not the right place. But, yeah, I mean, it's a grind to get through the minor leagues, and, you know, it's a big reward once you get up there.
Yeah, you're telling me. D-Mac with a 2-base sprint. Second one given up from Dirty Birds pitching tonight. And once again, the defense really solid. Outfield crashing in, but it was easy for McFadden to grab second base. Malachi Mitchell pinch runs for the 2nd time tonight. Remember, in Banana Ball, you can pinch run once through the order, and this is round 2 for the Bananas order. Yeah, D.R. Meadows
down.
Plunked by Troy Bacon, and looks like Deeb, Cox, and Dearman are going to bring him out a little car to transport him to first base. See if it's got enough juice to go. Yeah. The doctor riding dirty.
That's good right there. I like that.
He's taking your hit by pitch in style, and he parks it just like they do at dealerships with the Jeep wheel right up on like a big rock, except this time it's first base.
Yeah, you got to flex that thing out, show it off.
Adam Virant will drive it out of fair play. So now the inning's tying run in scoring position, the winning run on first. And Ryan Cox, the shortstop, will swing away. Coxie, a ground ball, infield single his first time. Pops that one towards shallow left, and Luis Attilis, athletic play, calling off Dwight Smith Jr. to make the snag.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground there and was able to come up with it.
And now it'll be Jackson Olsen, a single through the left side, his first time. One down in the bottom of the 4th. Now, Eddie, throughout 5 years in Major League Baseball, you got to play in Korea as well, and then a couple independent pro ball summers, as this one popped up by Cox with Flash and the doctor on the move. Infield fly roll called. and a quick 2 outs. How does this environment compare to all the amazing places you've played before?
Oh, I mean, this is unbelievable. We're playing a little smaller stadium here, but it's packed house, standing room only, and they are electric. They are all in and all for the Bananas, unfortunately. I've been asking every single person, every kid, I'm like, who are we rooting for? Bananas. I'm like, oh. But, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's a lot of fun and really enjoying it. Tons of crowd participation. I'm waiting to see the crowd foul out at some point. I want to see that happen.
And so much real estate where it could. Flash steals his second base of the night. DR follows him to second. Now the innings tying and winning run both in scoring position. And a 1-1 count on Danny Hosley, the second baseman. Bounced into a fielder's choice his first time.
But yeah, this environment here really reminds me of playing in Korea, to be honest. Like,
yes,
a lot of crowd, active activities throughout. They were singing, dancing, having a good time the whole time while our team is hitting. And on the other side, man, it's tough when you're pitching up there and you're trying to get focused, and all you got is, just a ton of crowd noise.
No, we completely understand that. How about all 3 outs in the fourth being snagged there by Luis Atiles as the Dirty Birds jump out in front 3-1 with 5 innings still to play. Well, Eddie Butler, I cannot thank you enough for taking some time out of your night and coming up to hang out with us. We'll free you and let you enjoy the rest of this thing in this amazing environment.
Well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed it and hope you did as well.
Thanks so much. No, it was absolutely tremendous. We'll catch up after the ball game.
Thank you.
There goes Eddie Butler exiting stage left. You're a rock star, man. And as Eddie exits, the guests tonight just continue to pour on. Noah Bridges, mic'd up in right field. How you living, Big Tiger?
Nico! Always a great idea to hear your beautiful voice right there.
That warms the heart. Well, we had your older brother by a year and a day on the mic earlier, and obviously we asked him the same question, but what's it like finally playing in a team sport against each other for the first time in your lives?
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, growing up, backyard sports, me and him could never be on the same team. We weren't allowed to be on the same team.
Sure.
Can you hear me still?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, we weren't allowed to be on the same team. We were too good if we were paired up. So, there's Maceo right there. What's up, dude? But yeah, so we have a little experience back to up to like year 12 maybe of our life. But no, it's pretty sweet, man. We've been playing college ball for the past 5 years together. He took a little break from ball, decided he wanted to get back into it. I told him, hey man, if you're gonna look back in 40 years and regret not playing, you gotta try it.
Oh, now's the time, no doubt about it. Vincent Chapman calls time, and we'll use this opportunity to do his take on Rihanna's Rude Boy dance.
Get it, hey, 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 hey. That man can gyrate, can't he?
It's just mystifying watching him dance.
He's being a little, You see my little shimmy?
Oh, you look great out there, man.
I've been known to bust a move every now and then.
We got a camera locked in on you.
I mean, really? Where's it at?
The view's fantastic. It's our first base camera.
You see me?
Yep, Taylor. Oh, you just waved right to it.
Yeah, I got it. I got a lock. What's up, fans back home? Love you. Here, I've been doing this recently. Boom. Here comes the pitch. All right, we're good.
Oh, wow. It's for the people at home.
You gotta love the people back home. They're loyal. 3 balls. Hey, 3 balls, 3 balls. Wolf, can't be laying down. We got 3 balls, man.
Full count.
Oh.
And Montrell Marshall bounces it to Ryan Cox.
Hey.
Grabs it between the legs. 360. Excellent play.
Hey, check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching.
What's up, girls? Tell them, hey, you're on live. Go ahead.
Hey. Hello.
What do you guys say about Banana Ball?
I won.
You love me?
Yes.
What about Banana Ball? You just love me. All right.
Well, that was an unsurprising result there of that poll.
I got good fans out here. Field always holds it down for me.
Yeah, man, everybody's pretty fired up about the atmosphere as Terry Fuller. Now 1 for 2 on the night, a sac fly his last time up.
Yep. Yeah, check these guys out. What's up, right field? Give me some love. Give me some love. Oh, their camera shot now, I guess.
Man, I just got deja vu all over again from Josh and I broadcasting in center field in Wilmington and you holding it down.
Yeah, it's a good little story of how I ended up in this jersey, this banana jersey, instead of playing against it. I like that story.
Yeah, man, and as it's a 3-0 count now on the switch hitting first baseman Mitch Gelfie, 1 for 2 on the night, RBI single. When you played 4 games against the Bananas this past summer for the Wilmington Sharks.
Yeah, that was a fun time. Sharks are always fun.
Now you've got to run in and participate in some sprint defense. Everybody goes station to station. Ooh,
pop. Oh,
nice.
Little fancy dribble.
Did you ever dream that you'd be a part of the 33-city 2023 Banana Ball World Tour as a banana?
You know, when I stepped into Grayson Stadium, oh, my brother's hitting. That's crazy. Hold up.
Yeah, look out.
There we go.
You know this kid's got pop.
Yeah, he can swing it. You know, I stepped out in Grayson, and I was like, this is awesome. This is what baseball's all about. But, good swing. I had a coach tell me not too long ago, as we were talking about my decisions, because I had a couple options laid out.
Yes.
And he was like, man, baseball's not the destination, it's the vessel. And if that's not banana ball, I don't know what is, because I'm all about that.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, so baseball, it's not the final destination, you know? That's not what your goal should be. It should be exactly what banana ball is all about.
Unless you're Bill Lee.
Ooh.
Skied in the infield, Ryan Cox makes the call, takes a seat, makes the catch.
Oh boy, Coxie!
Third trick play of the night for your shortstop, and your brother Zachary now 1 for 3.
Yeah, he just missed out. I'll give it to him. Good swing.
Just a tiny bit too much launch angle.
So that's about as good as you can play it out. Good swing, just missed it. An out for us. He looks really good. Nice big legs, swinging that thing.
I've heard him being called Thick Bridges around these parts.
So he's been called OG Bridges, Thick Bridges, Big Bridges. I'm Little Bridges, Skinny Bridges, all the above.
Well, he puts on an absolute show in batting practice every day.
Dude.
That guy's got insane power.
Dude's got talent. Comes from them legs, you see him?
Yeah, tree trunks.
Absolute tree trunk. He took all that when he was born. He took all those out. Hey, we got three balls. He took all those at the gene pool. That's a strike. I got the skinny little legs. They move well.
You got the speed, that's a fact.
Yeah, they move all right.
Slow chopper to third, bare hand.
I'm gonna get it. Ooh, almost.
That's a good backup by you.
Good speed right there, baby.
Wow, good scoop by Dan Oberst, and same thing for Ryan Cox.
I mean, that just looks so good right there.
You always do.
He's so confused. I said, good scoop, baby. Yeah, good scoop. That's you. Yeah, you play first.
So an infield single. The base is full of Dirty Birds.
All right, Big O, what's the call?
Oh, my gosh.
Ooh, it's me. He burned it. Where am I throwing it?
Matt Wolf, second base.
I hit the barrel. Oh, no.
Oh, you did hit the barrel. Oh, my gosh. Bases clearing double.
That's not good.
You're trying to hit the cutoff.
I saw yellow. I threw it. Saw yellow and I let it go.
It was an amazing throw.
I know. My bad, Wolf.
Well, I think it's the barrel's bad.
He's too far left. Or right, but my throw was too far right.
Yeah, that brought me back to the rush of adrenaline of having your back turned to home plate and just turning around trying to find a cutoff.
You ever seen that video of Mookie Betts mic'd up in right field?
Yes.
He's like, oh, I'm not getting this one, boys. I thought I was going to get that one.
Yeah, you did not have a chance, though.
I can get to a lot of them, but might have been playing too shallow for that.
Attilas picks up his second, third, and fourth RBIs of the Challenger Series.
Still get a comeback, though.
3-run lead in the inning as Luis stands at third.
Oh, we got 3 balls. I didn't see the warning.
Payoff pitch. Oh. And Bermudez shoots it down the left field line.
Oh.
Foul.
Oh, God. Hit that girl? No, hit the rail. She's all right.
Everyone's okay.
Hit the rail.
Spooky for a second.
Yeah.
Another payoff pitch to the switch hitting center fielder. And a slow tapper. This is going to be a tough play.
Come on.
Wolf to first.
Got him!
Just in time.
All right, Mr. Barrel, get out the way, man. I'm making a play. You know, making a play here. Almost had him. You got out of the way. That's my fault. I'm sorry, Barrel.
Those Happy Gilmore vibes. Adam Sandler yelling at the hole, or yelling at the ball to go to its home. Noah, thank you so much for popping the mic on, dude.
You're welcome. I'm about to hit.
Oh, good. Hey, listen, best of luck the rest of the way. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Love everybody back home. Thanks for watching.
There goes Noah Bridges, who has to get ready to swing the lumber as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. And yeah, Noah leading off the frame. So he's gonna have to get ready in a hurry. We've got a little dancing in the dark competition here, so everybody who's boogieing with blindfolds on, they think that it's still a 4-person dance party, although now they've been narrowed down to 2. And unsurprisingly, our man with the shirt is the last out there, and he's gonna dance his pants off to try and win a competition that he has already won. Well, he is finally let in on the joke and finds out he's been dancing by himself. Take a look at the score from the capital of West Virginia, Charleston and Gomart Ballpark. Dirty Birds lead 3 points to 1, and they lead the 5th inning 3-zip. Noah Bridges fresh off the mic. In the 9-hole tonight, and a 2-base RBI sprint to walk off the 2nd inning. This is his 4th walk-off of the tour. He faces Troy Bacon, who's out for his 2nd frame of work. Bacon stranded runners on 2nd and 3rd. The inning's tying and winning run in the 4th. What a butterfly effect moment that was. Secured a point for the Dirty Birds. And denied the Bananas in one fell swoop. Payoff pitch coming to Bridges. And lined into left center field. And past Bermudez. Noah can run fast as anyone this side of the Mississippi. He will motor into 3rd base with a 3-bagger. His 2nd triple of the tour. Ties Ryan Cox for the team lead. Inners still have a lot of work to do, though, here in the bottom of the 5th. Bill Leroy in the 10-hole. Will pinch hit for Alex Ziegler. As the Prince of Banana Land gets his first chance at the dish tonight, steps into the EH spot. See the numbers. Comes in hitting .281. Having a good tour thus far. Great at putting the bat on the ball. Only 4 strikeouts. It's across 73 plate appearances. And the exact same number as the sprints he's received. Always good when that ratio is 1-to-1. Bridges tagging up Dwight Smith Jr. Fires at home on a hop, and the tag from his brother not in time. Zachary with the old fake baseball toss towards Noah, who heaves his helmet towards the crowd in celebration of the first of 3 runs the Bananas are gonna need if they want to tie this inning. To the top of the order we go. Dan Oberst takes the bender from Bacon at the top of the zone. Troy throws a fastball, low 90s, and a slider and changeup as well. Did Dan check his swing? No, says Randy Voss. Adam Virant shares some intimate thoughts with the base umpire. Bacon there to grab the comebacker. Troy wants to chase Oberst down, who's back in the box and is tagged out by a sliding Troy Bacon. Dirty Birds getting in on the fun. With some good entertainment feel from Charleston's reliever, as Dan's retired for the first time tonight. Hit a double, a 2-base sprint, 2 steals, and 2 runs scored. Eric Jones with a healthy hack at a ball fouled straight back. It's the rare 1 unassisted on the ground ball. Bacon starting to mess with timing. Front door slider just misses the corner. Troy was drafted in the 37th round of the 2016 draft by the Colorado Rockies. Decided to go to Santa Fe College in Gainesville instead, as this one's fouled off. And was grabbed a year later in the 4th round by the Atlanta Braves. Troy said, that sounds about right. He was in the Braves organization from 2017 through 2022. Made it up to the Mississippi Braves, Double-A in Jackson. This is his debut in independent professional baseball. 2-2 to Jones. That ball blasted out to left. Dwight Smith Jr. watches it sail out of the ballpark. Eric Jones Jr., his tour-leading 6th tater tot. He breaks the tie with Jake Skoll. And the Dirty Birds lead the 5th inning 3-2 now. Boy, the former Minnesota Twins and Seattle Mariners product has been showing all kinds of pop on this year's tour. Need to take another look at the swing. He's ready for a 2-2 offering in the zone from Bacon. And now Michael Deeb represents the innings tying run. 1 bomb on the tour for former Chicago White Sox product. Deebo for 2 on the night. Bananas trail the inning by 1 run, the game by 2 points. Worst case scenario for Michael Deeb is just passing the baton to D-Mac. Hangs tough on the heater. The pride of Davie, Florida. In American Heritage High School, cuts and misses at a nasty changeup. That thing started in the zone and left it quickly. The Dirty Birds win the 5th 3-2. Jump out to a 4-1 lead in points. And with a little more than 42 minutes to go, we honor all the military members, both past and present, here in Gomart Ballpark. And we pass that on to everybody watching at home. And we are blessed to be joined by Jesse Cole, this team's owner, down on the field, the man in the yellow tux. Jesse, night 2 in West Virginia. It's been a magical one. How's it been for you?
Well, I'll tell you, the energy from the crowd, I put this atop in the whole tour so far, and it's really been impressive. Them lined up here again, 2 o'clock this afternoon. Been a lot of fun, and the game's a different matchup. Obviously, versus last night, these guys can really play, but to see the Bananas put up 5 runs in the first 5 innings is pretty impressive.
Yeah, the Nanners with 3 homers last night. You just saw another one from Eric Jones there. How cool has it been to see your team play up to the talent of an incredibly impressive Dirty Bird squad?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing with former MLB guys. They're definitely competing. Dearman, what he did last year against the Kansas City Monarchs, what an amazing game. And, he had great stuff, and he just battled tonight. It was a challenging night for him. But to see the guys, I think they're still going to rally. The energy in the dugout is impressive. Dearman's out there rooting everyone on, very positive. I think we can have a good finish here.
Well, something you love to see. I feel like the percentage of kids tonight is insane. Is that the same for you?
Yes, it's the loudest I've ever heard at any ballpark. The kids there are singing every single song. It's unbelievable. I just want to get out there and hang out with these kids, so I might do that the rest of the game.
Okay, terrific. I'll let you do that after 1 second. Stilts hit last night. Any chance we'll see him doing something else this evening?
I think we got Stilts coming in soon. We're going to have something special happening.
Good stuff. Thank you so much, Jesse Cole.
Thanks. Love you, Biko.
Love you too, Jess. There goes the owner of this here ball club with his wife, Emily, of course. And as DJ the Invader takes over on the bump, averaging 4 minutes and 2 seconds per inning thrown, tied with Christian Dearman for 9th best on the tour. DJ, the changeup specialist, has been hit pretty hard the last few outings, trying to get back to the success he found a lot early on the tour. He has 2, 3, 4 in the Dirty Birds lineup. Daniel Brito quickly behind, no balls at 2 strikes. Pico Scala on the broadcast, now joined by Mikey York, last night's starter for the Dirty Birds. How you living, Big Tiger?
Feeling good. Enjoying some banana baseball. First time experiencing it. I've seen the TikToks, I've seen the Instagrams.
Yeah.
But seeing it live, it's pretty incredible to see. It's something I'm glad I got to check off the list.
And not just be a part of it, as Daniel's plunked and on base for the 3rd time in 4 attempts tonight. Now Dwight Smith Jr., 1 for 3 with a 2-run double, will try his luck against the Invader. Mikey, starting last night in your first banana ball game ever, as Smith loops it towards left and Deeb catches it on the run. Burrito scampers back to first. What was the experience like for you?
Oh, man. Electric factory is how I would describe it.
Okay.
Right when I walked out of the clubhouse, music was thumping, and I was feeling it. I could feel the energy of the crowd. I was feeling good. And then once the game started, music kept going, and that was a new experience for me. It was tough to lock in, but it was electric here.
That's pretty sweet to hear. Is Montrell Marshall, 1 for 2 on the night, will swing away at DJ the Invader. Marshall a double and a run scored back in the 3rd inning. And a really good showing from you guys so far tonight. I mean, it's completely understandable to be kind of caught off guard by the speed and, as you mentioned, the constant music. As Noah Bridges lost this one for a while, I thought he might just be trying to deke out Brito, but I think he was actually telling the truth. He didn't know where that ball was. He finds it and fires it in for out number 2. But looks like you guys are a lot more comfortable playing banana ball tonight.
Yeah, definitely one of those things where, like yesterday, I look at it as a rough draft, and today we got a little bit of the final project going on right now. Get a lot of questions from the pitchers that threw yesterday.
Goodness gravy, I looked at you for a second, Mikey, and I don't know what just happened to Terry Fuller, but he's out.
I see that as well. I don't know what happened either. Looks like a swinging bunt, and then they tagged him?
Yeah, I think that seems like the best guess. We've got a replay of it right there. Yeah, there it is. Okay, snagged by Eric Jones, and big hug from his pitcher. Welcome up into the broadcast booth, Pico Scala, Mikey York right there. Now, you just spent over half a decade in the Tampa Bay Rays organization. Now this is your intro to independent professional baseball. I mean, in your baseball career and across so much time with the Rays, have you ever experienced an atmosphere similar to this?
I've pitched in 2 All-Star games, and those are pretty electric as well. I wouldn't compare them to this. A lot of guys are saying winter ball. It's very similar to winter ball. It's a lot of energy, music's going, people dancing on the dugouts. But an All-Star game is the closest I would compare to. I mean, just going right now, we're in the bottom of the 6th. We've got 36 minutes left, and it's rocking. The place is rocking.
No, that's a good point, and it's funny because we had Eddie Butler in here earlier. He said the closest thing this reminded him to was playing in Korea. So seems like, in general, you got to get out of the borders of the U.S. to experience something like this.
I think so, and I'm glad it's happening. I mean, this is just, it's good for baseball. It's fun. I'm not saying baseball is boring by any means. I love it so much.
As do I.
But it's just, this is good for the game. We're having fun. It's good I think it's good for the kids, getting in a whole new crowd of people into the game. I mean, America's pastime. Let's keep it that way, you know?
And you're a Vegas kid. We're heading to Las Vegas and playing in Las Vegas ballpark within the next month. I know when I was talking to you pregame, you said this is a game that should be in Vegas. Why does it really make you think about your hometown?
Vegas, Sin City. You got just the nightlife, everything. It's just a happening town. Everything's moving. Everything's happening. Everybody's upbeat, energy-wise. It's just, I could see this playing well there. You got a beautiful ballpark to go play in. I could see it.
Right, and in pregame, when Jesse Cole makes his final announcement before the teams do battle, instead of saying play ball, he says Showtime. So it all makes sense. What a terrific effort out in right field by Terry Fuller. Rumbling and stumbling, and good to see him back on his feet. It's a pretty big boy patrolling right field.
He's a unit.
Goodness gravy. It's all 6'4", 210 pounds of him.
6% body fat.
Are you serious?
I don't know, but guy's a unit.
I believe it.
He's a unit.
0-1 coming to D-Mac. And he has to Keanu Reeves matrix his way out of that offering. New man on the mound for you guys is Colt Webb. Third pitcher of the night for the Dirty Birds. And Webb, a Morehead City Marlin back in 2019. It was the Coastal Plain League Championship. It was the second of back-to-back for Morehead City before they lost to the Bananas in the 2021 Pettit Cup Championship. Webb fastball, slider, forkball. Have you seen any of his bullpens yet?
I haven't. I had a chance to watch him throw. I haven't. I've only been here for 4 days.
Yeah. How about this 4 days into your Dirty Birds career?
Yeah, it's something else for sure.
Good fight there by D-Mac. Bananas DH 0 for 1, 2-base sprint, and a strikeout. Webb is not a little guy in his own right on the mound. 6'5", 250 pounds. Going after D-Mac, who stands at 6'3", 225. A lot of big boys on the diamond right now. That's a cut and a miss. A lot of late life on that high heater. Cole picks up the K. Remember, the Bananas just need 1 run here to walk off the inning and make it just a 2-point deficit as you take a look at the resume for Mr. Colt Webb. At a Potomac State College and the University of Charleston, right here in the capital. VR Meadows plunked and caught trying to steal first base in his 2 trips to the dish. That is a good location on the fastball. Pretty much the same pitch. Vincent Chapman, it would have been good to know going into your start last night. His zone skews low, not high.
And that is something to my deficit.
That ball poked out to right center, and it's going to be a stand-up double for Meadows.
I am a guy that likes to throw up in the zone, likes to get that high strike. I love when the umpires have that high zone. I got that spin rate, or not spin rate, carry fastball, so that's where I try to live. It's all part of it, all part of it.
That's a fact.
All part of it.
Ryan Cox, for the second time tonight, comes up to the dish dancing. Notice you experienced that last night with Jackson Olsen, who was doing his greatest showman dance in the box.
Yes.
And you were surprised that he was still boogieing while in the batter's box.
I was a little surprised, but you know, it's just at one point in time, I was just like, you know, there's no other surprises that can come my way.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that you guys can throw at me that I'm ready for. But I tell you what, if I would have faced the guy in the stilts, that would have been a surprise. That would have been the one that would have been like, I don't know. What do I do?
Still would have got you. That one tapped to the right side. Gelfie grabs it, takes it to the bag himself as the doctor moves on over to third with 2 down now. Cox 1 for 3. And it will be up to the aforementioned Jackson Olsen. 1 for 2, a single and a pop out. And the thing with Jackson is, even though he's dancing, since he's in the box, you can throw it.
And that was another thing I was saying today. I'm standing on the rail watching the game with a Gatorade and some popcorn, and I'm just like, hey, it's a live ball right now. We can just float her in there. It's a free strike. 100%.
That's the art of banana ball, man. You figure it out after a few rounds.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Now, a few years down the road, whether you get back to affiliated ball up to the majors, whatever happens, is Olsen taps it to short, and Atilis takes care of him. Oh, no! Wow, Randy Voss says that Gelfie was taken off the bag, and that is going to be a walk-off for the Nanners. Now, Bill Leroy looks like he's kind of limping his way up to the plate. Let's see what he's got to say.
Y'all know where I learned to make the bananas? In Sunday school.
Okay, Bill Leroy with a dad joke, or a grandpa joke at that, as he makes his way off the field. You get another look at the play over at first. This is the angle we want. That's tight. I kind of want to say that it looked like he kept the toe on it. What do you think, Mikey?
He's out.
Yeah, looks out to me.
He's out.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's the difference between a 4-1 and 4-2 ball game. And as Randy Voss says that Mitch Gelfie was taken off the bag. Listen, Mikey, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking time out of your night and coming up to hang out with us on the broadcast.
I appreciate it. Can I just say one thing real quick?
No,
I know my wife and my daughter are at home watching. I just want to say, hey guys, I love you and I miss you, and can't wait to see you guys.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Appreciate
that's good
it.
stuff. Mikey, appreciate
Thank you so much.
There goes last night's starting pitcher for the Charleston Dirty Birds. Headed back to party with his boys in the first base dugout. As you can see, looks like we got a banana-lution of dance going on here. Kyle Lewicks, former guest of the broadcast booth, on top of his dugout. The fans booking. Oh, looks like you got me. I'm not trained on the Macarena and my head's cut off, but well, there I go.
Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. Now back to number 4. Please, everybody clap your hands.
27 minutes and change on the clock. And we've got to get through 2 innings in that time to be able to start the 9th. And as everybody continues to boogie, we're playing a game. Let's get back to the action. Line drive, Matt Wolf there to stab it out of the air. Good play by our trick pitcher. For only the 3rd time on the tour, gets to fool around at second. And you take a look again at him tapping that ball to himself. So excellent contact from Mitch Gelfie. Nothing to show for it in the box score. He's now 1 for 3 with a ribeye and a run scored. 1 base sprint. And Zachary Bridges fouls one back. Count still 1-2 on the Dirty Birds backstop. Bridges 1 for 3 on the night with a hustle double. Nice snag by a fan on a ricochet. Not an out. It was caught, Shark, but on a ricochet. So I guess no catch. Kind of works for that as well. DJ fires a heater just a pinch outside. And there is strike 3. Good battle from the invader as Vincent worms his way towards the Bananas dugout to complete the punch-out call. A couple quick outs for DJ. Now faces Marshall Rich, the DH. 1 for 2 with a single, a 2-base sprint, and a pair of runs scored. That one lined into the crowd, but not caught. High pop, shallow left. Ryan Cox making the call and the catch. With Deeb there for emotional support. Nice 1-2-3 inning for the invader. And with the Bananas down 2 points, they just need 1 run in the bottom of the 7th to cut the deficit to 1 point. As we stretch here in the capital of West Virginia, it is time to turn Gomart Ballpark yellow. And while they goof around, we will bring into the broadcast Dwight Smith Jr. How you living down there? Oh,
we good.
Excellent.
We getting into the camera light. My teammate trying to get the light on. How y'all doing?
Really good, Dwight. Now, how's the view of Gomart Ballpark turning yellow here?
It's pretty crazy. Fans been great. The last 2 days, it's been packed. People very more energy, both teams more energy. It's been fun.
Now that's cool to hear, man. Now, it's been a really good showing from you and the boys tonight. You lead 4-2 going into the bottom of the 7th. Do you feel like Banana Ball has kind of slowed down from you guys now that you've seen it before?
Yeah. The first day, everybody was gassed. Everybody was behind. I was like, yeah, we got to come out and show them something. We got to play some of their ball today, make it competitive.
Now, in general, even though you kind of get blindsided by the speed and the general mania of Banana Ball, was it an enjoyable experience for you guys last night?
Yeah, it was enjoyable. Like, it was crazy seeing like 5 walk-offs yesterday.
Yeah.
That was different. Like, it was all kind of stuff. The four walk defense.
Yes.
We had to get used to that.
Yeah, you guys have got it down. It's been good collapsing on second base tonight.
Yeah, for sure. We was like, all right, we got to keep him on second. We can't make him inside of Parker.
Yeah, because that's what a walk, which is a sprint in banana ball. That's what it was the first couple of years of the sport. It was an automatic double, and if you can keep them there, you're winning. And of course, now the Bananas have mastered the defense. Analytics have been involved, and they practice it all the time. So all of a sudden, it's a tight play at second base.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild out here. Here right now, but I'm sticking with y'all this inning. Oh, we starting the inning.
Oh, I appreciate you, Dwight. Danny Hosley, first pitch swinging.
Hey,
nice catch by Terry.
I got a question for y'all.
Yes.
Hey, 21 minutes over under this game finishes in.
Ooh, excellent question. I'm gonna say under.
You gonna say under?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say over.
It's an aggressive move by me.
We got like 2.5 innings. Yeah, I think over.
But we often see these last couple innings go the quickest because the best pitchers get brought in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm like trying to get used to it, trying to see how fast these 21 minutes go.
Yes. Especially the ninth, because every run counts as a point, so that's when it matters most.
Oh, yeah, we gotta lock it in. There you go.
And look at this.
Right there. Hey, we got 2.
3 pitches and 2 outs for Colt Webb in his second inning of work.
Your under's looking nice right now.
Back and better than ever, baby. Now Bill Leroy, a sac fly his first time. To the man on the mic, Dwight Smith.
All right, these little celebrations, that's gonna lean to the over right now.
Yeah, man. It's these special walk-ups that will hurt our chances. Now, throughout your 4 years of Major League Baseball and you know, better part of 9 seasons in the minors, had you ever seen an environment like this before, Dwight?
No, not like this. Not like this crazy. Unless it's like historic stadium, like Yankee Stadium, or like the Red Sox with like 7th inning, like what's it called?
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
Yes.
Sweet Caroline. Yeah, I drew a blank in there. But Sweet Caroline is very similar to like the West Virginia song. That reminded me of that.
Yes. Yeah, that was a cool moment last night.
Yeah, that was really cool. Oh, we hit him? All right, we got to keep him on first right here.
Yeah, Bill Plunk, that's the inning-winning run on base, and he's pinch run for by Malachi Mitchell.
Oh, big boy. We got to back up. Hey! All right, nobody can hear me.
Yeah, Dan Oberst has prolific power.
Yeah, I'm giving him a couple steps.
Right.
We got to keep the pinch runner from scoring right here.
That's a fact. And you got the 2021 Gulf South Conference Player of the Year at the dish.
Oh, wow.
1 for 2 on the night.
Cut it off. That boy.
Fuller into Attilis.
Uh-oh. They trying to get momentum.
Away.
Yeah, they're feeding into the crowd right now. They're getting some momentum.
Well, Dan came into the at-bat hitting .395. Not a surprise. Another good piece of hitting from the Bananas first baseman, and now it relies in the hands of Eric Jones. Solo home run his last time up.
What's the scouting report on him?
Heavy pull.
Heavy pull. All right, I'm gonna go. Hey, where they going? They trying to run a T-ball play.
Yes.
Oh. All right, I'm gonna play a couple steps to the pull side.
Yeah, I think that's wise. EJ put it out of the park over your head his last time up.
Oh.
Of course he goes oppo.
So what happens with tie if he catches it?
So no points are scored, still a 4-2 lead for you guys.
Oh, nice. That was huge.
Dwight, I can't thank you enough for hopping on the mic, man.
Oh, no problem. Anytime, guys.
Absolute blast. Enjoy the rest of the ball game.
All right, you too.
There goes Dwight Smith Jr. jogging in from left field. And what a pleasure it was to chat with the former MLB man. As we have a sheet race here in between innings. And it's a tight one early. Black in front of Teal. Purple now passes Teal for second place. Tan struggling in the rear. Purple looks like the only person who can defeat Black. Purple's got to make a move. tight at the end, but black with a dive across the finish line just ahead of purple, as now tan crosses and teal pulling up the rear, but a great effort from our man in 4th place. Great to have a sheet race on our maiden voyage here to West Virginia, as it's Biko Scala now joined by Brett Helton, the big man for the Party Animals, who's been their closer the vast majority of the time on this tour. Brett, how you living, Big Tiger?
I'm living good, man. There's nothing like a weekend night here at all. I'm back in where I played in Low A. Got to see a ton of friends, ton of family. So this is just a good vibe all around.
No, that is really cool to hear. Yeah, 4 years with the Pittsburgh Pirates, 4 more years of independent pro ball until our ball game here tonight. I mean, how has this atmosphere, I've asked everybody this, but it's just the most important question out there. How's this atmosphere compared to what you've seen here in the past?
It's amazing, one, because I've seen it full, but the energy is just insane. It starts with the music, it starts with the plays, it starts with the players. When you see something you've never seen before, that's what gets people fired up. So these people have been coming here for years. The best part about this park and everybody that comes is they know baseball. When a pitcher's pitching good and normally it's silent, they're cheering him on because they know that he's throwing the day of his life.
Yes.
And they're on it.
Right.
And when a guy's been hot for 2 weeks, they're following him because they know that he's been hot. So playing in front of these fans is so amazing because you don't have to explain anything. They're deep in the games, they're deep into the players. And then so you come here now and they just get to go nuts and dance and sing, and all of a sudden it's a party atmosphere, it's a fun atmosphere, and so many kids, they just they get to let loose, and instead of being here cheering on the baseball, they get to enjoy the show as a whole.
Well, I'll tell you what, while we were chatting, Luis Attilas was retired. That's the second time tonight that I've just been too busy hanging out with my buddy in the booth. I completely whiffed on the play. Now, Jose Bermudez digging it out of the box. Close play at second. He's going to get in there safely and call time. And it's been fun to see these Dirty Birds, guys similar to you, who have pretty extensive resumes in minor league baseball. I mean, a couple of guys who got up to the show and indie ball, baseball down in Latin America and in Asia. They're starting to figure out banana ball here on night 2.
Yep, it didn't take long. That one game was enough to make them feel comfortable in the box. They feel comfortable being a little bit silly. The dancing's not a big problem. One of the things that they told me in the dugout was that the biggest thing they have to get used to is playing the music during their pitches.
Yes.
And I told them, boys, that's the easiest thing to get used to first thing. I was like, the rest of it comes later. But, I mean, they look comfortable in the box. Their pitches are doing pretty well. The plays are being made. So it's kind of fun watching them get used to it a little bit after one game.
Now Daniel Brito in the box, the second baseman in the 2-hole. 1 for 3 tonight. Double and a run scored back in the first. Plunked his last time. A little tapper down the third baseline. And it's going to be a base knock. Jackson Olsen fires it to first, but a fruitless effort. As Brito with his second hit of the night and his third of the Challenger Series. And I mentioned this earlier, but he wins story of the weekend, as this is the first time that Brito has been playing professional baseball since July of 2021, when he was in AAA with the Philadelphia Phillies, and he collapsed up in Rochester, New York on the field. Ended up having a seizure and internal bleeding. So that one skied by Dwight Smith Jr. Tagging and scoring is Jose Bermudez. That guy can run like the wind. And here comes Jesse Cole out onto the field. Let's hear what the man in the yellow tux has to say.
Fans now coming to pitch. Please welcome the world's tallest pitcher, Dakota Stilts Alfred!
We talked to Jesse about this earlier. We figured Stilts would make another appearance, and this time it's going to be on the mound after he hit last night. I don't want to bury the Brito story, though. I mean, I don't know if you knew about it beforehand, but how incredible is it to see this guy not just out there on the field, but he's got 3 hits in 2 nights.
Yep. I remember hearing about that story back in the day. And it's one of those that scares everyone. It scares the parents that have kids. It scares your buddies because you're wondering if your friend's in trouble. And all of a sudden we can see a few years later he's back and better than ever. He's running around, he's flying, his attitude's great, and his mental's great. That's one of the biggest parts. After something like that, he comes back stronger than ever physically and mentally. It's pretty amazing.
I mean, he spent 2 months in the hospital in Rochester, majority of it in a coma where he could only communicate with taps of his hand and his foot. And once he got out of that, he had to relearn how to walk, how to use pretty much all of his motor skills. I mean, this guy figured everything out, and in less than 2 years is back playing baseball at an incredibly high level. And tell you what, Stilts does what he does. He gets the job done.
Stilts has been nails. He continues to be nails. I was walking around the crowd, and the last 3 kids I asked him a lot of times, who's your favorite banana? Unanimously today, I've only gotten Stilts. So I don't know when that's going to change, but until that guy stops getting people out and looking like a dinosaur, I think he's probably going to be a fan favorite for a while.
I couldn't agree more. As Montrell Marshall, a giant in his own right at 6'5", ends up lining out to Olsen at third with the 10-foot 9-inch pitcher on the bump. Now in 4 innings, counting the third of an inning you just saw, has only given up 1 run, so the ERA creeps closer to about 2.3.
That's pretty good.
Especially Banana Ball.
Banana Ball, I joke about it too. When you're in a showdown, you're the only guy on the mound. That's a bad feeling. But literally, you're the only man on the mound. And Stilts hasn't felt that, and I hope he doesn't. I hope he just keeps on rolling because he's electric for him.
Really cool moment here in Gomart Ballpark. Our full capacity crowd. Belting out a little country roads. Nothing like karaoke with about 5,500 of your best friends.
And they know every word.
Not too surprising. I wonder if John Denver's ever paid for a drink in West Virginia.
And if he did, he won't ever again.
Williams Jerez pitching for the 2nd straight night. Only guy on the Dirty Birds to do that. And as you take a look at his resume, the Southpaw has done a whole lot since being drafted by the Boston Red Sox in the 2nd round of the 2011 draft out of Santiago in the Dominican Republic. But went to Grand Street campus in Brooklyn, New York for high school. 5 years in the Red Sox organization, got up to AAA, and then the Angels traded for him and brought him up to the bigs in 2018. Pitched for the Giants, Pirates in the majors, and then with the Mariners back down at AAA. Last summer was thrown for the Long Island Ducks in the Atlantic League. He's got 3-4-5 in the Nanners lineup. Michael Deeb, Dakota McFadden, and D.R. Meadows. Quick 0-2 count on the Bananas left fielder. 0 for 3 on the evening. And a cut and a miss. That is a tough matchup, lefty to lefty.
Left on left, big on big. That guy, you know, he's seen everything. When you talk about Caribbean Series, winter ball,
yes,
all the minor leagues and the big leagues, he's got a pretty good feel for the game and how it's played everywhere.
Yeah, was pitching for the Dominican Republic, actually won the Caribbean Series this past offseason. It's a pretty fun one to slap on the resume. Oof. And now D-Mac. 0 for 3. Check that, I lied to you, as the graphic did. 0 for 2. A couple strikeouts sandwiched around a 2-base sprint.
They've been pitching him away all game. I hope they miss over the plate, and let's see what that juice looks like we saw yesterday.
That is tight pitch on the inside corner. Jerez brings fastball, curveball, splitter, slider to the equation. Whole lot of these Dirty Birds, we haven't seen it tonight yet, but 3 of them who threw last night throwing splitters.
The right on right split, left on left splits, as deadly as it gets.
I was talking to Mikey York before the game. He said, No pitch in professional baseball is as in vogue right now as the splitter.
Yep. It's easy to teach to a guy that throws hard. It doesn't take a whole lot of skill to master. It's really nasty and it's fun. You can mess with it, you can cut it, you can sink it. It's a pretty good pitch to fiddle with from someone who needs a break.
D-Mac checks his swing according to Randy Voss down the first base line as Maceo breaks it down. Dancing with a little more pep in his step as his DH still in the box. 2-2 now. And a cut and a miss. That's the slider. That's going to do the job. Couple quick Ks here for Jerez, who when he was drafted by the Red Sox, it was actually as an outfielder.
Gotta love that.
I mean, that's just insane. Talk about talent.
Yep.
Played for Estrellas de Oriente in the Dominican Winter League. That was the team that won the Caribbean Series, which for those unfamiliar is pretty much all the winter leagues in Latin America, the vast majority of the top ones at least. The champions all get together and play for the Caribbean Series. I mean, it's awesome.
That's something they're going to ride or die, because most guys play for their home country because it's always been an option. It's always something they've looked up to. So it's hard to get a guy from the DR to play in Colombia.
Yes.
Because he wants to play where he's from.
DR is now 2 for 2 on the night. Double single that you just witnessed, hit by a pitch, and was caught trying to steal first, which doesn't hurt the batting average, does hurt the on-base percentage, and counts as a caught stealing. For everybody fascinated by the statistical consequences of such an event occurring. Now Ryan Cox. Bananas need 1 run to tie the inning, 2 to win it. And they've got a 2-point deficit with less than 6 minutes to go on the 2-hour time limit. Meadows can run over at first. 6 for 10 on the Torna's stolen base attempts. There he goes. Throw down, not in time. Bananas now 6 for 6 in their stolen base attempts tonight.
We're going to see how the clock plays for this inning. In regular banana ball, 5 minutes can seem like an eternity, but right here, playing these pro ball guys, and they're taking their breaths, they're doing their normal routine, there's no telling how 5 minutes can play to get this inning so we can roll into a 9th and try and get this in the bottom.
It's a really good point. Just need to get this final out or for the Bananas to walk it off with about 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go. So some weird stuff would have to happen for it not to come to fruition. But this game very consistently produces weird stuff. That's baseball and especially banana ball. Meadows off second. The inning's tying run. And Cox hanging tough. Count 2-2.
I was telling the boys in the dugout, I said, I kind of hope this game goes to a showdown. I want to see how everything's going to react. I want to see it unfold. If this goes to a showdown, it would be very, very good for Bananas.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. And I'll tell you what, if the sprint defense yesterday was more crisp from the Dirty Birds, I think we probably would have had to probably about a 2-2 tie.
Yep. Same thing. They came in, they worked on it today, and they look a lot better. They were a little bit spinning yesterday, kind of forgetting about the 3-ball, 4-ball counts.
Understandable. We've completely changed the game that they've made a living on in their entire lives, basically. Thank you so much for the donation from Big Haas Sellers, Colby's dad, one of our 2 moderators alongside Kate. Appreciate you watching as Coxey skies it to center. Bermudez under it, and that will do it. Jerez does the job. 5-2 lead for the Dirty Birds. As we head to the 9th, here's the young professor.
The scoreboard. We're heading into the 9th inning. The score now is Dirty Birds 5, Bananas 2. But this thing ain't over yet, ladies and gentlemen, because here's the thing about banana ball. In banana ball, the final inning, every run counts. This is the chance for the Bananas to hold the Dirty Birds, score those runs, and win the game. Every run counts. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final inning.
So as the young professor said, every run will count as a point here in our ultimate inning of the evening. And it's interesting to see Matt Malatesta coming out on the mound, but I will say after a rough start to the tour, 4 straight outings without allowing a hit for the Nanners bullpen splitter specialist.
Yeah, we like that. Building the confidence, throwing into some pro ball guys. You know he's going to be throwing the splitter. I hope his heater's got a little life on it so they can respect it, respect the heater, and if they can chase that thing down, he might have a little quick one.
Just like a Capri Sun pouch, you must respect it.
And the name of the game is momentum. Get a little stop here, nice little 0, roll into last inning, put some runs together.
Nanners are going to have the bottom of their order due to swing it. So it's going to have to be up to Olsen, Hosley, Bridges, and Leroy, 6 through 10, to mount at least a 3-run comeback in the bottom of the 9th inning. And we'll see if Matt Malatesta can keep the deficit as just that. 5, 6, 7 for the Dirty Birds. Terry Fuller behind 0-1. Their right fielder, 1 for 2. Single, a run scored, and a ribeye. Now, were there any questions in particular from the Dirty Birds? As that one, diving stop, Danny Hosley, throw to first. Pulls Oberst off the bag, but he lands on it just in time. And Fuller retired. What dynamic play there from both Dans on the right side of the infield.
There's been a lot of chatter in the pro dugout about Hosley. Where's this kid from? What's he got? They remember him shutting it down last night, strikeouts, getting hits, diving plays. He's been really good the last 2 days.
And another look at it. Boy, a spooky one with a 6'4" Fuller coming in on the 6'2" Oberst. A couple Titans meeting in the vicinity of first base. Both live to tell the tale. Now Mitch Gelfie. A switch hitting first baseman. 1 for 3, an RBI single, a sprint, and a run scored, and now make it 2 for 4. So with 1 down, a man on. And Zachary Bridges, 1 for 4 on the night. The catcher for the Dirty Birds will be pinch hit for. And it looks like Nick DeMaio, the bullpen catcher, rocking a sweatshirt, will get the nod. What I will say about DeMaio, he just left college ball to start his professional career early. Like I said about Eric Jones earlier, the bullpen catcher is kind of a hybrid between player and coach. And this guy was hitting absolute nukes in batting practice earlier, so he's got the pop, although he falls victim to the splitter right there, as Vincent delights the youngins in the crowd with a Fortnite dance. Big K for Malatesta.
Tough spot in the 9th, coming off the bench, getting one. Malatesta stayed strong. He didn't give him a cookie. He didn't give in to somebody who hasn't seen anything. He put him there, good pitches, sent him home.
And now it's Marshall Rich. The graphic lies to you. 1 for 3 on the day.
Filling up the zone.
And that's where the recipe for success is for Malatesta. Fastball, splitter, forkball are the primary 3 pitches. And when he can just kind of throw that thing towards the zone, and sometimes it stays, sometimes it doesn't. Like that time it didn't.
Any level at any time, you fill up the zone, you're working quick, you're gonna have success, and he's doing that right now.
And another one behind the head. If there weren't already 2 strikes, you might think he's aiming for the old foul ball off the bat.
Pitching in for effect is what we call that.
Payoff pitch now. Tapped back to Malatesta. And between the legs, his first trick play of the year.
Brilliant. The end of the inning, well done. There you go. He's adding to it. His confidence is building. It's great to see.
5 straight outings without a run. although the hitless streak is broken up by Gelfie. Here's the young professor again. Well, it wasn't the young professor at all because your sound guy got discombobulated. For everybody at home, that's me. I potted up the 2 wrong microphones. I had 2 chances at it. Came up empty both times. But anyhow, hopefully you got him on the shotgun mics. Bananas trail by 3 points.
There we go. The Bananas have won this crowd. I think they won it pretty early, but right now it's apparent. Everyone's on their feet. They're rooting for the people. That's how it goes. They want to get peeled.
That's what Eddie Butler said when he was on earlier in the 4th. It's pretty bizarre to be in his home stadium. He pitched here last year too, and it'd be a hostile environment, to put it lightly.
It's a weird feeling. They're gonna love them, and by tomorrow when they're their hometown team. But right now, everyone's wearing Bananas. They're cheering Bananas, and that's all they're thinking about.
And when I say pitch here, I mean he pitched here for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, not for the Dirty Birds. Take a look at Joe Testa in his 2nd year as a player coach.
This is a good matchup. The Bananas have seen a lot of velo today, a little bit more than normal and more consistently. Now they can step in the box, they can look for something, probably something off speed. They can sit in there comfy, see ball, hit ball. This could be a really fun one.
So for anyone confused at the top team being the West Virginia Power, it's because when he started his career here, that's what the team was called, and until September of 2021, that's what it was. And then a little name change to the Charleston Dirty Birds, a nod to the canaries they would send in coal mines to test if it was going to be okay for humans. And Testa at 37 years young. Crafty southpaw. Spent 3 years in the Minnesota Twins organization, 3 more with the Washington Nationals. Got up to AA in both spots. He'll throw submarine and he'll throw over the top. Submarines is 4-seam, 2-seam fastball, slider, and a floater that's about in the mid-50s at its lowest velo. And then over the top, he'll bring both fastballs and add in a cutter and curveball. As Jackson Olsen fouls the first offering up. I mean, this is a junk ball specialist and a guy who's been in and around professional baseball for well over a decade. If you're the Dirty Birds, you gotta like bringing him in with a 3-run cushion, as Olsen got the floater there and bounces it to Brito at second for the first out.
The advice is easy. Get wide, get your foot down early, and see ball over the plate. It's a lot easier said than done, but yeah, we got time.
Now, is there anything that you do differently, Brett, as a banana ball pitcher compared to being a baseball pitcher?
I really like throwing good quality pitches that are around the outside. I'm not nitpicking. I'm not trying to throw the perfect pitch down in a way that's going to get him out every time. I want to force contact. So more than ever, I want to throw the ball in a hittable zone that they can get themselves out on and try and get these quick innings and easy fly balls where I know I don't have to make that perfect pitch, so I don't try.
That's a really good point. Boy, the mix in velo is jarring. Hosley got the floater and then the heater. And Ben hasn't come off the shoulder. He's behind 0-2. Although I don't think he was the largest fan of that strike call from Vincent Chapman, and well, Danny does what Danny does.
Here we go, we got Testa out there telling his pitches. I don't know if he's trying to deke him and he's gonna try and mix it up soon, but he's out there. He's out there telling the catcher what's coming, and that one it worked, but you still don't know if it's over the top or sidearm. But we're gonna see if he's trying to deke us or if that's real.
Well, that's step 1 of 2 for the Bananas as far as possibly bringing the tying run to the dish. They'll need one more base runner before dreaming of tying this ball game. Noah Bridges, 1 for 2 on the night with a double. And an inning walk-off 2-base sprint back in the 2nd.
That one's not getting caught. That's 2 parking lots over.
Do a different zip code. Another tough matchup. I've got to wager Testa for lefties. Much tougher task than for righties.
Noah had a great double earlier, so his confidence are still high.
1-2 coming. And a cut and a miss. Bananas down to their final out.
See what these boys are made of.
It's up to Bill Leroy to try and pass the baton to the top of the order. Bill with the sac fly and plunked. 0 for 0 on the evening. Trying to get the job done against a guy that is pitched in the Atlantic League, American Association, Can-Am, Puerto Rican Winter League, Venezuelan Winter League, the Italian Serie A1, the All-American Baseball Challenge. I mean, it's like Star Wars type credits when you go through his resume. Testa trying to even the series at a game apiece.
There we go, advantage count. Make it yours, a walk would be awesome.
Nothing is more important than just getting this guy on for the Bananas.
Here we go, 3-0. There we go, good take.
Certainly a take pitch, and would you take right here as well?
I think I would. When you have Dan Oberst hitting behind you for the potential tie, I'm going to take this, and if I got to get something, if I got to get a swing off 3-2, I can do that.
Well, Bill's hacking.
Bill's ready. Bill wants to do it himself, and I love that fire.
Bananas down to their final strike.
Big pitch on both sides. You know his heart's beating.
Hosley off first. Joe Testa comes set. The payoff pitch. Bounce to third. Marshall across the diamond. In time. Dirty Birds win it 5-2. Our Challenger Series here is locked at a game apiece. Brett Helton, are you surprised at all at how these two games unfolded?
A little bit. The Bananas came out yesterday and dominated. Their bats were hot. The trick plays were great. Everything was awesome. The show yesterday was very sweet. Today they played good. Today was a little bit different. New pitchers, new style, lots of whole stuff going on, ton of celebrations. So it was great. There was no distractions, but it was, I didn't think the Dirty Birds would come out and score as many runs as they did today. They swung it better. They were more comfortable. They had a couple breaks here and there, and a few breaks go a long ways, especially in this game when you're fighting for points every inning.
Well, the Bananas will kick line to say goodbye to the Dirty Birds, and here comes Jesse Cole on the mic.
Fans, thank you so much here in Charleston, West Virginia. First of all, big round of applause for the Charleston Dirty Birds, an amazing opponent here tonight, and a big win. Thank you so much for welcoming us here. Banana Nation, we love you guys, and we'll see you right out front outside. Thank you guys.
Well, the first two Banana Ball games ever in West Virginia, in the capital at that, in Charleston, end up a 4-2 win for the Bananas, a 5-2 win for the Dirty Birds, and the stage is set for the rubber match on July 17th in historic Grayson Stadium. You got to look at Joe Testa in the dugout as now you see Dwight Smith Jr., Troy Bacon and company dapping up the Bananas. Really cool experience for over 11,000 fans here in Gomart Ballpark these past two nights.
Yeah, they came for something and they definitely got it. They've seen it online, they've heard the hype, and we got it and we delivered. The Dirty Birds were amazing. They were great sports. They didn't miss a beat. They were down for anything. They're ready to get silly. They're ready to get serious. And we had a great Challenger Series. I can't wait for the other ones. But now, I'm really glad we got that third game because there is a rubber match. They got us once, we got them once. We're not gonna back down. We're gonna tell them that we're the pro ball team that everyone needs to continue to watch. Not just watch once, we gotta watch it all the time.
Yeah, that's a fact. And the next challenge for the Bananas, well, it will be against you guys, the Party Animals, on Wednesday night, 6:30 pregame on the YouTube, Eastern time zone, as per usual, 7 p.m. first pitch. You pick anything up over these past couple games as kind of being a member of the Dirty Birds family? but truly just watching as a fan and not actually being involved as a player?
It makes me so much more thankful that I'm around, that I'm doing this. I've done this. I've been a part of the Power family, and I'm really glad I'm here with the Bananas doing this. This is from a standpoint of something that's so much more important to the fans, more important to the people. It's so much more fun. It's exciting all the time. Being here and seeing it, all I want to do is play, and being a part of it, trying to lead them, be in the dugout, be here to represent the Party Animals is great, but just knowing how thankful it is to be on the field competing and doing this at the same time. It was great to be a fan and watch it, but nothing beats being on the field, and you gotta praise every time you do that.
That's really cool to hear. Well, listen, a legendary career for you thus far. A few years at Utah, you're a Power 5 guy, and then 4 with the Pirates, 4 more in Indy Pro Ball, doing exactly what these guys are preparing to do. Their opening day is on Friday night. And since the summer series, you have been such a great addition to Banana Land, man. The character, of course, just the career and the experience that you bring in. Of course, we never even get to talk about that this guy owns and operates a bar back in his hometown of Colorado Springs. You're one of the more fascinating characters of Banana Land, and that's saying a lot. So can't tell you how much I appreciate you popping on the broadcast, Brett.
Thank you. I appreciate it. This was fun. I want to do it more, and I want to be in it all always. On the field, up here, doing the laundry, no matter what it takes. This is something really special that everybody loves, and you just can't get enough. You get it? I don't like when we have off days. I want to be playing, I want to be practicing, I want to be dancing, and it's kind of funny when you used to beg for off days to get a break, and now it's like, who needs them? Like we can do something really cool today. I want to be a part of it. So that's pretty fun, and that's hard to do. Most people, it doesn't matter what job you have. You can sit there and say, I want to go. I don't care what time, if it's early or late. Let's get something done, and that's pretty fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a unique experience we're having, man, and so happy to have you on board. Well, listen, you are the de facto closer for the Party Animals, so that should pretty easily open up like innings 1 through 5.
I'll never let the Bananas know anything because right now they're our nemesis.
Yeah, that's a fact. And the Party Animals, even though the Nanners split this series, the boys in black and pink still 4 games up on the Bananas really early on this tour. I mean, we're about 35% of the way through the battles that you will have against the Nanners, which, as you can see, 4 bombs across these 2 games against the Dirty Birds. Really talented opponents. They end up splitting the series. Really high-level ball played by both sides. It just makes it that much more impressive how dominant the Party Animals have been because, 4 games, certainly not an insurmountable lead, but it's been an impressive way that you have gotten this 4-game advantage thus far.
Yeah, it's fun, and we're gonna battle. We're gonna go back and forth all year. The guys we got battling, shout out to them at home watching. I wish they were all here, and I hope we get our chance at these guys too, and prove that the Party Animals, we're also here to stay. We can grab these pro ball teams, we can take them for a ride, and when we're back at home, sometimes that Grayson Ballpark is our park.
That's a fact, man. And the Party Animals will get a challenger on the tour when the Aussie Drop Bears come from the land down under to do battle in June. The Party Animals get one of the 4 games. How cool is it going to be to turn Grayson Stadium pink for an evening?
That's going to be awesome. Every time we go, there's a couple more jerseys, there's a couple more people, the headbands are coming out, so it's fun to watch just a little bit grow and grow and grow. It's very fun to go out and get booed, and then kind of by the 5th, 6th inning, there's a lot more people dancing with us, cheering for us. It's very fun to try and turn the crowd the best we can. There's a lot of really devout Banana fans, so we're probably not going to win that battle, but the little bit more we can see all the time, and when we pack it out, that's going to be very, very fun to see, fun to watch, and every time we play them, I think there's more and more people coming our side.
No, that's a fact. We're all seeing it. We're all seeing it, man. The brand gets bigger and bigger every day. Brett Helton, once again, thank you so much for popping on the broadcast. This was a blast. We will do it many more times on the tour.
Of course, Pico. Thank you.
Brett Helton, a terrific pitcher for the boys in black and pink, will now jet down and go hang out with the Dirty Birds and his compadres, the Shermanator, Jake Skoll, Dalton Cornett, and Mike Vivacis, all representing the Party Animals here in the capital of West Virginia. Okay, so that just does it for us on this beautiful Saturday evening in Charleston. The Bananas win last night 4-2. They dropped this one 5-2. some late night action, another really impressive Danny Hosley performance from all aspects of the game. Eric Jones hits his tour-leading 6th home run, while the Party Animals, all they can do is watch from either the dugout here or from wherever they are in the world watching online. But they end up with more at-bats through just the way Banana Ball works. So the Nanners kind of get a few to catch up on them here. And then, as I mentioned when I was chatting with Brett, the two teams will do battle once again on Wednesday night, and that will parlay into a Friday night game in George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, Florida, the New York Yankees spring training facility, between the Bananas and Party Animals. And then Game 2 of the Bananas Challenger Series against the Major League Baseball Players Alumni Association the following evening. So that'll be a week from today down in Tampa, the Bananas versus the MLB PAA. So this thing just keeps on pumping. Can't thank you enough all for watching on YouTube. Once again, a wild evening in the booth and on the field, so I didn't get to spend as much time in the comment section as I would like, but I promise you Wednesday night that will change back in the friendly confines of our 96-plus year-old stadium. We really appreciate you all. Okay, the last thing to do here is to shout out our amazing crew that makes these broadcasts possible. Let me pull them up right this second. Back in Savannah, Georgia, our technical director, Griffin Ellis, pressing all the right buttons all the time. He is really a mystical man on the switcher. Chris Haynes, our director for the second straight night, as well, calling out all the right shots. A beautiful brain to have in the control room. Jacob Talevsky on the audio tonight. So good to have Josh's younger brother pressing all the right buttons when it comes to everything you get to hear on the broadcast. Jalen Johnson on the replay. Superb, absolutely incredible performance from you. As per usual, Jalen, you are a rock star and a half. On graphics, Julia, and on the scorebug, Kwanzi. The two of you absolutely are phenomenal. The graphics and scorebug look terrific tonight. Okay, back into West Virginia. On the first base camera tonight, it was Taylor Finneran. On the third base camera, the Iron Horse of BTV, Emerson Elmgren, and the two of them just getting all the coverage you could ever desire at each corner of the infield. On high home, Clayton Franklin is really just a dynamite man there. On the low home, Nick Keldy, the yin to Clayton's yang. The two of them are another dynamic duo to have on our camera crew. Also, sorry we haven't had our drone in any of these two nights. That's an old government problem there. They do not want us flying here, but that's a story for another day. On the center field camera, Evie Knight, phenomenal work as well from you, Evie. So great to have you on the crew. And on the roaming camera all over this stadium tonight, miking people up left and right. Keegan Woods, you are superb, my dear friend. Our moderators in the chat, Katrissa Ballet and Colbite, you two are tremendous. Just keeping the people really happy and dealing with everything we've got from a fans first perspective. The two of you are rock stars. Thank you so much to everybody who joined the booth tonight. Brett Helton, we had Mikey York, Eddie Butler, and Kyle Lewis. Okay, good. I got them all off the top of my dome. And on the mics tonight, Zachary and Noah Bridges, both brothers, as well as Dwight Smith Jr. Thank you to Josh Talevsky for joining us remotely from the Bananalytics headquarters, and our coordinating producer, Chad Reese, the straw that stirs the drink on Bico Scala, saying so long. We will see you Wednesday night. And of course, we'll see you later.